What's good, family? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper. Welcome to another episode of Trappin Tuesday, man. Episode 115, Jose. Man, we want to first thank y'all for tuning in with us tonight, man. Each and every week that we come here, our goal is to truly help you on this journey. We want to peel back layers, right? Because I heard a saying this weekend, and it wasn't just about, it painted a picture about the totality of what a journey looks like. And I don't want to take credit for saying this, but I remember Bishop said this, and it was so profound to me. He said that 9 men got healed, but only 1 came back whole. And that was profound for me. Because healing doesn't mean you're whole. And so what I want to talk about tonight is the unnecessary damage on our journey. I'm going to say that again. The unnecessary damage on our journey. As one of the terms that I thought about on our way to building this show was helping us heal from that financial trauma. Healing financial trauma. That concept is so powerful. So when we first think about trauma, it's an experience in our life that has caused emotional damage or emotional scarring. And so when we reflect on that memory or that experience, the body goes through a type of emotional withdrawal. All right. I want us to walk with me right quick as I try to paint this picture for us to talk about the unnecessary damage that we take on a journey, y'all. I want you to walk with me on this for a second, right? Trauma, right? Like when we think about an experience in our life as some part of the journey, that trauma can cause us to be paralyzed. That trauma can negate our success because we haven't learned how to build up the fortitude to move past it, right? The trauma, when we think of an experience or when we are abruptly met with something that reminds us of an experience that we had that we truly did not like how it made us feel. The trauma. A traumatic experience that we often hold not just in our mind, but in our hearts. And the reason why I say in our heart is because it's not so much as the heart that beats blood, but the heart is the treasure chest of emotion. Right? Not just the heart that circulates blood through our bodies, and we found out that it takes the body about 8 minutes to circulate blood from head to toe. So your blood can go from your heart to your feet to your brain in about 8 minutes. Not that heart, but the heart that holds your emotion. Now, this treasure chest is so important for us throughout life because anything that keeps us from opening the treasure chest to experience emotion actually holds us in prison. Okay? Trauma. Right? And so when we talk about healing the financial trauma, let's now talk about how does that look to us. So for me, I understood that Coming from where I came from, and I just want y'all to walk with me as I paint this picture. I promise it's gonna all make sense, right? Like, as I realized that we're on a journey, we're on this exodus, meaning we're leaving one place to go into another place, we have to often leave things behind. Because if we carry things from the past into the future, watch this, y'all, we have automatically put a form of adversity in front of us that did not exist or was not supposed to be there. Let me dig a little deeper in that right quick. Let me dig a little deeper with that right quick. In order for you to become a millionaire, we must first let go of the thought process that held us captive in poverty. Because if we take those same ideas or we take those same philosophies with us on the journey to be a millionaire, we've automatically put additional adversity on this path. Trauma. We were bringing the emotional baggage from the past. We were bringing the emotional experience from the past up front. Okay, let me help us cultivate that, Jose. We're gonna walk this one for a little bit, Jose, right? Because I want to talk to us about the unnecessary damage on the journey, right? So when we bring the pain from the past trauma financially to the front, now we take unnecessary damage. How do we take unnecessary damage? It shows up in us not taking advantage of financial opportunities that help us move forward. That's unnecessary damage. Because now we're sitting in a space where we're sitting on this money and we know that a dollar that's not moving is a dollar that's losing. And as long as the dollar is losing, we're actually decreasing our net worth. And as long as we're decreasing our net worth, we're staying in that poverty situation. We're actually keeping the key on the chain that's keeping us in that tax bracket. We're actually keeping the key on that chain that's keeping us on Social Security or welfare. We're actually keeping the key on that chain that's not giving us the opportunity to get better health care. We're actually keeping the key on the chain that's keeping our kids from getting that higher education. We're actually keeping the key on that chain that doesn't let our kids experience the financial freedom that we have. We're actually keeping the key. We're actually taking unnecessary damage on the financial journey because we're holding on to the poverty experiences on the wealth building journey. Right? We're talking about unnecessary damage on the journey. Okay? And so when we talk about the term healing, see, Jose, this is a pivotal, this word here, this term healing is so amazing. And the reason why the word healing is so amazing, Jose, is because healing means that the scars are now becoming healthy. Okay, so we talked about trauma and we talked about the mindset. We talked about the experiences. We talked about how the trauma can show up, right? But the healing, see, the healing has to be intentional. So, watch this, Jose, this is gonna be real good. If you don't heal properly, you can actually heal in a detrimental way. Okay, like I remember when I got cut in prison. Okay, real life experience here. Got cut right here with a dagger in prison. And I was debating, should I go to the infirmary or should I let it heal on its own? Watch me here. About 8 months prior to that, when I was in prison, when I had got this sleeve done, I had got what do you call the things, man? It's when it gets infected, an abscess, it's something like that. I forgot what it's called. But what happened was I didn't want, so the wound was open and the dude next to me was sick. And so it caused my arm to really, really get big. And I did not want to go to the infirmary. So the guy next to me had to use a razor and cut it. And he had to go inside of it he had to burn it and go inside of it with a pin to pop the egg out of it. It hurt like hell. Watch this. That was unnecessary damage. Because if I'd have went to the infirmary, they would have just gave me antibiotics. Right? Staph infection. That's what it was. So so my arm was huge. Couldn't move it. I got a fresh sleeve that took me 8 hours to do. And the guy next to me was sick. So he was coughing and it caused my arm to catch a staph infection. And so the guy next to me, I never forget, his name was Goat. So Goat had to slice my arm and go inside of it, right? I got the towel, like, He had to dig inside of it and get the core out of it. And then he had to squeeze it to get everything else out of it. Now that's unnecessary damage. But watch this. The reason why I couldn't go to the infirmary was because I had an illegal tattoo. So watch this, Jose. Watch this. Watch this. What happens when our bad choices compound? What happens when the bad choice compounds and then the pain from the bad choice now puts you in the position to endure even more pain, which is unnecessary? Okay, let me make that make sense, Jose. You have bad financial trauma, you have a bad financial relationship with money, and then you exude that to your child, and now that pain is now reciprocated to the child, and now we're talking about generational financial trauma. We're not talking about generational ways with generational imprisonment, generational lack of opportunities, generational bondage, not from just life, but from finances. What happens when the pain, not even the abscess, not even the staph infection, we talking about, watch this, the financial turmoil that you've injected on the generations that come behind you? What happens when the bad choices compound? Okay, watch this. Let's go a little further, Jose. We talking about healing, right? Which is an idea. So healing, we understand that the body heals by itself, right? We understand that. It is designed to heal itself. But we can actually aid the body in healing itself better if we put the right things in our body. There are certain foods, there are certain herbs, there are certain things that we can drink that can actually help the body heal. Healing is actually a natural occurrence that's supposed to happen. So, Jose, how do we stop healing? Okay, watch this. We interrupt the healing process when we agitate it with more bad decisions. Okay, so we can actually learn about money. Let me bring it full circle. We can actually learn about money if we pay attention to people who make money decisions. You cannot be around people who are making money and making great money decisions and not become better with money. But you agitate the situation when you get around people who are making better money decisions and you go right back to the old environment. So now you are bringing that trauma with you. So you are making unnecessary damage on the journey. I hope that's making sense, Jose. I hope that's making sense, Jose. Okay, because I want us to understand this. Watch this. Let's even make it biblical, Jose. Let's make it, I gotta make it biblical for a second. Right? Watch this. Proverbs 22:3 says this. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Okay. Okay, let's say it again. Let's say it again. Let's say it again. Let's say it again. Proverbs, watch how we bring this. This is going to be so good, Jose. Watch this. The prudent, keyword, prudent, meaning seeing and being able to make choices or care for the future. Prudent. The prudent see danger, take refuge. Okay, let me ask y'all a question. If we know that money answered all things, why don't we have a financial shelter that we can seek refuge in? But the simple keep going and pay the penalty. We understand. If you live in check to check, if you are one check above your peers, then you know that you are not safe from danger. This is not a equation that is not fulfilled. Right? We understand, like you in your heart know when your money not right. So it behooves you to take the necessary precautions to build your house on rock and not build your house on sand. Why? Because the house built on sand shall surely blow away. Watch this. Not because the house itself is going to go, but because the foundation can't withstand the wind. It can't not stand the velocity of the wind. The wind will surely blow the foundation from under the house. And where the foundation goes, the structure shall follow. The simple see what's going to happen, keep going, and then pay the penalty. Surely we see that this economy is not designed for the lower and middle class to succeed. One of the things we're going to talk about tonight is how the middle class is getting harder and harder to get into. Yep, they saying it's a 2-year bear market, but it doesn't look like that in the workforce. It doesn't look like that with people with the hospitality jobs. It doesn't look like that for people who working in McDonald's. It doesn't look like that for the people working at Walmart. It doesn't look like that for the people that's working at Home Depot. It doesn't look like that for people that's working in the call centers. It doesn't look like that for the people who are janitors. It doesn't look like that for the people who are bagging groceries. It doesn't look like that for the people that's doing Uber. It doesn't look like that for the people that's working at Domino's. It doesn't look like a 2-year bull market for the person that's working 2 and 3 jobs. It doesn't look like that. So surely we see what's going, and if we don't have financial shelter, where can we seek refuge at? We are building the financial house on sand and not on rocks. These are the unnecessary damage that we are taking on the journey. Why? Because the media has, watch this, Jose, the media has showed us so many highlight reels, we are now judging our progress to somebody else's preview. Unnecessary damage on the journey. Tonight, I want us to understand, y'all, like, watch this. And I love this right here. Yo, help me, God. Moses did not have to go back to Egypt. He was good where he was at. He was okay. He was okay. But when he went back to a people with a vision for what's ahead. When the people made an exodus, Jose, watch this, Jose, they took with them enough to sustain them for generations. They took enough with them. They took enough with them. So what that's telling me, Jose, is God would not send us somewhere unprepared. That's telling me that when God says go this way, he will not send us to an exodus unprepared. But here's what happened on the journey, Jose. Here's what happened. On the journey to the land that was promised to them, they took the things that God gave them to set up in the promised land. Oh, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. They took the things that God gave them to set up in the promised land, Jose. They were supposed to hold that. They didn't need that in the desert. They didn't need that in the wilderness. He supplied everything. He gave them manna. He gave them quail from the sky. He told them, eat only what you could manage. Don't take more, don't take less. But Jose, you do not have to use the gold. You do not have to use the treasure. But because they weren't in tune, because the promised land didn't come when they wanted, because they didn't have the patience, they got unnecessary damage by creating golden calves. They got unnecessary turmoil. They got unnecessary chastisement. Unnecessary anger. Unnecessary wrath. What happens? What happens when we take unnecessary damage on the journey? You know what that golden calf that they created would have been worth for them in the promised land? But you waste the gold and you use it for what it was not intended for. Okay, you are using the money. Oh, let me go further. You've prayed to God to deliver you from this situation. You prayed to God to help you pay these bills. You prayed to God to give you the money to do this thing and that thing. And then when you get the money, you use the money for everything other than what you asked him for it for. What happens? Because God ain't never told us be broke. He gives us the ability to produce wealth, but he also tells us the diligent hand builds wealth. The lazy hand builds for poverty. So watch this. We are in poverty not because God hasn't given us what's necessary. We are in poverty because our hands are lazy and they are not diligent. I just need us to be diligent. I need us to stop being enticed by the things that were meant to destroy us. I learned something the other day that was so profound from my brother. He said, God will test you, the enemy will tempt you. I say, wait a minute. What? He said, God will test you. The enemy will tempt you. And so I sat back and I thought about that and I said, I get it. Watch this, Jose. Tests are only designed to measure the knowledge that we have. Test is not, in actuality, tests are not designed for us to fail. They're designed to measure how far or how much of the information that we've gathered to use to move us into the next dimension. That's why the only reason you can go to the next grade is because you take the test. The test tells you how much of the information that you have stored and you are capable of using. Okay, let me go a little further. When we study the word and we study what God has given us, he's going to put tests before us so he can see, can I trust him here, or do I have to make them go through it a little bit more so they can actually gather and use my word, so they can use my word as living water, so they won't be thirsty for the ignorant, so they won't be thirsty for the things that are meant to destroy them. So watch this. When we get the information, when we get impregnated with the information, and then we're able to use the information, now the test is made to see, it can increase my capacity. And once I increase my capacity, Jose, I can increase my territory. But then when we get tempted, the temptation is only made to destroy us. So when we get tempted, we got to revert back to the knowledge that we've had so that we can disregard the temptation and pass another test. For every test that we pass, we disregard the unnecessary damage on the journey. The test is designed for us to surpass unnecessary damage. Let me make it a little more clear, Jose, because I want to say this really, really good. Before a plane takes off, right? Before a plane takes off, it has to go through numerous tests. Why does it have to go through numerous tests? Because when we get in the sky, we don't want the wing to have to go through damage. When it takes off, we don't want the back wing to have, we don't want the wheels not to be able to come out. So we got to run it through a few tests so we don't have to deal with damage. And so now we don't have to have collateral damage on the journey. So now we ain't got to worry about trying to land it, emergency landing. We ain't got to try to worry about navigating it with one of the wings off. We ain't got to try to navigate it with the engine going off. We got to pass the test so the unnecessary damage doesn't occur on the journey. Why? Before, I remember I was young, my grandmother used to say, we're going to take a trip to the country. Now, this ain't nothing but an hour and a half drive. But my grandfather used to do he used to bring the car to go get checked the week before. Why? I mean, a couple days before. Why? So when we on the road, we don't got to worry about one of the tires being off. So when we on the road, we ain't got to pull over so the wheel don't jump off. We make sure the signal lights work so we ain't getting pulled over by the state troopers on the highway. We make sure the oil in it so the car don't run hot while we going from New Orleans to Baton Rouge. That's unnecessary damage on the journey. So we put it through the test to make sure the car can go from point A to point B with fluidity. With fluidity. So what happened? In order for us to get on the road, guess what the car got to do? It got to pass the test. If it doesn't pass the test, guess what we got to do? We got to let the people in the shop get it right. Why are we taking unnecessary damage on the journey when we see the red flag? Okay, watch this, Jose. What happens when you driving your car with the check engine light on? You know that it's inevitable for something to happen. Now you are hoping and praying that the car gets you from point A to point B. So what you try to do instead of getting the car fixed, you want to put tape on the dashboard. So you don't see the light. But the light is an agitation. The light is letting you know that this thing needs to be worked on. We riding through the world right now with our red light on. A lot of us check engine light on right now. The check engine light on right now. The financial check engine light on. The mental check engine light on. The spiritual check engine light on. The emotional check engine light on. The check engine light is on. And you don't want to get the check engine light fixed, but you're wondering why you're depressed. You're wondering why you broke. You wondering why you got anxiety. You wondering why, watch this, the trauma from the past keeps on disrupting you on the wealth building journey. You are taking unnecessary damage on the journey because you don't want to go get tested. Or you lay up there and you go get the machine from AutoZone that can turn the light off. So instead of you getting that, watch this. What? Oh, it's so good. Some of us spend so much time working around the problem than just getting the problem fixed. So we keep thinking more money gonna help us beat. No. The more money you get, if you ain't get the problem fixed, it's gonna make it worse. Because here's the bad thing about it. It's okay to go from broke to broke. But when you go from broke to a millionaire and you got to go back to being broke because you ain't fixed the issue, that hurt even more. Now we talking about suicide. Now we talking about depression. Now we talking about people talking about you. We talking about shame. We talking about doing things. Now what happens when the bad decisions compound? This is what happened when we go get the thing fixed. We go spend the $39 at AutoZone to get the machine to turn the light off. But we ain't got the issues fixed. We ain't got the issue fixed. So now when the thing driving, the light come back on, you got to pull over and use the machine again to get the thing fixed again instead of just saying, let me go get it fixed. Some of us need to go get fixed. We need to go get worked on because what we are doing is we're agitating the actual healing that needs to take place. So now what happens is the injury starts scarring up, we rip the scar off. The injury starts scarring up, we rip the scar off. Now you saying, why it don't want heal? Well, it don't want heal because you keep agitating it. Let it heal. Do the things necessary to make sure you heal. All of us can be millionaires. All of us can be prosperous. All of us can have freedom. The problem is some of us take the financial healing more important than the rest of us. Some of us saying, I'm not going go the short way around to get, I'm going to get the check engine light fixed. I'm going to the root of the issue. I remember I was chopping trees in the pen, bro, and we used to chop the trees down, right? And so chopping the trees down, don't just get it. We have to go, they had another crew of us, used to have to chop the roots down. And chopping the roots was harder than chopping a tree. Because them trees been there for 100 years, 200 years, 80 years. So them roots be so thick. And so we got to chop them. And then some of them got to come with the saw. And they had a few of us there that hold the chainsaw. You had to chop it with the saw. You had to be trusted to get the chainsaw. And so you get the chainsaw. And then after they cut them, they had another crew of us. You had to go in there and dig. It might take us 2 weeks. We got to dig. And then once we finally got the root up, we have to burn it. We had to burn it. Some of y'all got to burn it. You got to get to the root of it and burn it. And after we burn it, Jose, we put the dirt right back on it. You know why? Watch this, Jose. Because the burnt ashes got so much nutrients in it for the soil. The burnt ashes got so much nutrients. And so when you put the dirt back on top of it, guess what? You actually give proper ingredients for healthy soil to grow. Because you've disturbed the ground. You've disrupted the ground. Once you watch this, the tree, the roots in the soil came together in unity to do what? Process life. So watch this. When we dug the soil up, what we did was we disrupted the flow. And so in order to disrupt the flow, we now got to put it back. We now got to give it unison again. We now got to let it work in cohesion again. So sometimes you got to dig it all the way up. You got to dig it all the way up. You got to get to the root. And I'm telling you, the root of the tree was harder than cutting the actual tree down. They can use 3 of us to cut the tree, but it took 10 of us to get the root out. We cut the tree down in 2 days. It took a week or 2 to get the root out of there because you never know how deep that root was. You never knew how strong that root was. So we had to dig in that root. We had to chop the root, dig some more, chop the root, dig some more, chop the root. And they had 2 on this side, 2 on that side, 2 on that side. Now watch this, Jose. This is the crazy part. We had to do that, and I had to trust the guy over there wasn't going to hit me with an axe. I had to trust the fact that the guys on the other side of me wasn't going to hit me with the axe. So as you digging your roots out, I want to ask you, who you got around you that you know ain't going to hit you with the axe? That's unnecessary damage on the journey. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trappin, man, episode 115. Jose, how we feeling, dog? How we feeling, dog? Can I get a coconut water, please? Huh? 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 Come on, bro. 4 months? 4 months? I need a pen, dog. I ain't pen. I got one. Well, I think so many amazing things happened this weekend, Jose. First, let's just give our people a shout out. Let's let them breathe for a minute. Can I get the water? The coconut water? Oh, I thought I saw Shatora with it. Yeah. Man. How they feeling in the chat, Jose? Yeah, we got to shout out people. I just want to see how they feeling in the chat, right? We got Flip Mode Bo was good. Tiffany Green was good. Bill Wingfield. Bill said, where the altar call at? Don't do me that, Bill. Can I get another cup of ice? That'll work for me, dog. I appreciate your cuz. Shatora, thank you so much. What's up, L Boogie? Let's shout our people out, man. Bookham was good. Rams was good. Maya Holmes was good. Andre Young was good. Trappin, Taz was good. Sherry was good. Lena Edwards was good. Kerry Rainwater was good. Tori, what's up, Queen? Kenny was good. Tasha was good. Jess R was good. MB was good. Somebody said, I don't know, Jose. Somebody said, I don't even know whether to invest or repent. Come on, you just won't be seen. Come on. My mama here, y'all. Come on. Let the people see you. Come on, you know you won't be seen. Come on.
Don't do me that.
My mama here, y'all. Hey.
Don't do me that.
Come on, you know you won't be seen. It's okay. It's not to be bad. Put the camera on her so she can be seen. That's what she wants. We're not taking a picture. All right, go ahead, man. She just won't be seen. Yeah, here we go. Don't do me that, bro. No, she won't be seen. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, yeah, Jose. So, great weekend this weekend, Jose. Shout out to my people in the super chat. Leon Williams, appreciate the super chat. Mark Isaac, appreciate the super chat. It's Mr. To You. Thank you for the super chat. We can't forget our super chat people. Come on. All right. I think this week was so good, man. It was profound. And I'm not gonna lie, Jose, I'm gonna just keep it real. If I had to try to describe what happened this weekend, oh, my girl, Dee Dee, I didn't know you was gone. Wow, Elise texted me and said, I don't appreciate you taking shots at me because my check engine light is on, damn it. I'm sorry, cuz. I'm gonna get you a new car, cuz. After we finish this situation, you're gonna get... I think it was two. I think it was two. Like, LaShawn done called me 3 times. Leon, tell me about this weekend. I'm like, I can't.
You don't know where to start.
I don't know what to say. I don't know, because it started Wednesday night, profound. Thursday, we go to lunch with Bishop. That whole 2-hour, 3-hour dinner was, Courtney, that's my family. What's good, family? That 2-hour, 3-hour conversation was Thursday, first day with Bishop.
Yeah.
John, Mr. John Hope Bryant.
John Hope.
God. No, we ain't doing that. You know.
Daniels.
Saturday, then Bishop that night, he just walked all in our chest. Saturday, the mental health segment. So many men. Here's the thing, dog. Like,
shout out to all the trappers that came out there, too.
Shout out to the trappers that came to the event, yo.
Real talk, real talk, real talk.
We definitely appreciate y'all for showing up. Shout out my guy, Rich. Shout out to, what's the guy other name? Big Baby.
Yep.
Big Baby. Shout out to some of the other guys that hit us up that was out there, man. I'm going to tell y'all something, bro. Like, I know for a fact that, again, the ladies, the ladies are God-driven, right? Ain't nothing like a praying woman, right? I'm going to just say that. There's nothing like a praying woman, right? But I'm going to go a step further, Jose. Watch this. Ain't nothing like a praying woman, but you cannot beat a man that's led by God.
Because he's going to bring the family with him.
You feel me? Like, a praying woman is 100% immeasurable, right? Her value, oh, there you go right there. Baby Boy the King, that's him? Oh, that ain't him. That's him? I thought that was him. That might don't be him. Right? Like, a praying woman is essential to our success. Like, I remember when, like, people used to say stuff like, that's your mama's prayers, or that's your grandma, ain't nothing like your grandmother's prayers, or, you know what I'm saying? I know somebody who I look at as like a second mom, right? For a while, I'm not saying it's like, me and my mama had a distant relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, we are getting now in a healthy relationship, but we can be around each other and it ain't forced. You know what I'm saying? We can vibe with each other. But for a long time, while me and my mom was going through that, I had a woman named Shell. And Shell used to just pray for me all the time. And a couple times where I wanted to commit suicide, when that thing was on me, when I couldn't hear, them voices was loud. She called, I called her, and she prayed me through it. I'm talking about an hour and a half worth of just, I rebuke you in the name of, get off him. She texted me this weekend. It was this morning. She texted me, and she said, Elise said, really, that's how you playing me? I love you, cuz. She texted me this morning, and she said, let me tell you exactly what she said, bro. She said to me, and this was powerful. Dang, that many people text me today? God dang. The hell going on here? The hell?
They don't know it's Tuesday?
She texted me this morning and said, so she doubled down on me. So yesterday she said, I love the man you are becoming. It's nobody but God. And the second one, she said, good morning, son. I love you. And I'm so very proud of the man you're becoming. And this one was with massive emphasis. Because I remember a point in time when she used to tell me, you got to get that nigga out you. I'm praying to God that nigga get out you. Right? And she used to always tell me that, bro. And those prayers, man, those prayers, and a lot of us like that. A lot of black men have had women who just pray for them. And you know how I know that's profound? Because this weekend Bishop told me something. He said, I got 2,000 women that are praying for the men, interceding. Now I didn't know that was a real thing in the church. I didn't know. I'm new.
Praying on behalf of somebody else? Yeah.
No, interceding.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know I'm new to the church now.
I mean, we good.
So I didn't realize that. And he was like, he said, Trapper, I got 2,000 women that are praying all weekend for the men in this event. And I was like, why? I said, so they all weekend? He said, all weekend. He said, they gonna pray all, I'm like, together? Like as a congregation? He's like, no, like, on their own. But all throughout the day, they're going to pray for the men. I was like,
Just like First Lady did, man.
Yo. That was insane. But I didn't realize that, dog. So I didn't realize that was a thing, man. So this weekend was just so powerful, man, for so many of us. Travis had a breakthrough. And you know what I watched, man? You know what's so cool? Like, to watch, and we're going to get into the market. Y'all know that. As I'm on this journey, Travis told me something this morning, bro, that was real dope, and I didn't really think about it because I don't see myself like that. He said, bro. He said, I watched you this weekend, and it dawned on me how powerful you are. And I said, man, what you talking about? He said, no, brother, like, you are so important to where we going at. And I need you to understand. I need you to understand. He's like, nah, bro, I want you to really understand. He said, when I watch you, I watch how you move. I watch how you flow. I watch how you, he said, bro, I'm watching the people come to you. He said, I'm watching men come to you vulnerable and with humility. And he said, I watch you embrace them. And I was like, damn, I didn't really think about it like that. Because I had to take a minute to think about how hard it is for us as men to even lower our guard to be vulnerable enough to do that. Right? Like as men, the first thing come to your mind, and here's what most men tell when they come up to me. Man, I don't know, meat riding stuff or nothing, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say, like, bro, I don't know, like, weirdo stuff, dog. That's how we let our vulnerability down. Like, look, I ain't jocking you or nothing, dog. But, dog, you changed my life.
They don't do it even at the cats your age. They gonna do it with the OGs.
Yeah. So it gotta be somebody really older, right? And so, I didn't, like when Travis told me that, I was like, damn, but I gotta keep it real. Like Jose has been telling me that. Jose really been on me like that, bro. And I'm gonna tell you what really, and I'm gonna get on to the story, right? But what really did it for me this week, I stepped back this week and I said, God, like, thank you for allowing me, trusting me with 8 grown men, 9 grown men. Right? And sometimes it was 10. Like, thank you for trusting me to take 9, 10 grown men to you. And I'm not going to lie and say I heard God say this because I don't know. But something in my heart said, thank you for being obedient. I don't know. I'm not that tuned in yet to say that was God's voice. I ain't that tuned in yet. I'm still, on the journey. Stop playing. Don't say that, LaShawna. You know what I'm saying? And I just heard something that said, like, thank you for being obedient. And man, the whole weekend, that was the thing that felt most fulfilling to me. It was bringing my homie Travis, bringing my homie Nash, bringing Rich, bringing George, bringing Brandon. Matter of fact, bro, don't we got a clip for them to play? Let's run a clip right quick, and then we're going to get into the show, man. Let's run a clip right quick. All right, man, so this is night one, right? As a man thinking, I got the guys. We got Jose, Sean, Brandon, my two homies from home who I was locked up with that we just been click-clack with. That's Nash and Travis. My goal is to help us all have an encounter with God this weekend on our own personal journey, right? As a person who is at the head of a business, as a person, as a man who is striving to be a better father, as a man who is striving to, one day be married and lead a family, as a man who is helping people, unlock their financial potential. I feel like it's imperative for me to just keep seeking God, seeking His face. In this season, God been doing so many amazing things for me. Really like on some miracles type stuff. The way things just been aligning. I feel like, we just want to keep giving God the glory. Yeah, and hopefully everybody just leave here with a different outlook on life, with a close relationship to God. And I feel like, I can be that conduit. This the day, y'all. Just put the icing on the cake, you hear me? Get this Sunday word. I know Sarah J's gonna give us some word.
You're not carrying this weight on your own. You gotta shift that weight onto the Holy Ghost. You gotta shift that weight onto God. You gotta shift that weight not by might, nor by power, but by your spirit, says God. I'm gonna shift this weight onto God. I'm not gonna cry another tear about it. I'm not gonna say it another way. God, you brought me in it. God, you won't have to see me out of it.
All right, man. So this is.
Put a smile on your face. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. How could you not be? How could you not be?
They like the suit. I told you that's that Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Leave me alone, man.
I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all.
Yeah, I told him that everybody looked that sweet, man. They keep talking about me. Everybody looked it good, man. Everybody looked at, like, you know what I'm saying?
Jagged Edge walked out of heaven head.
You get on my nerves, yo, dog. I swear you
That
do,
joke was
bro.
fire, though.
I swear you do, bro. You and Greedy, like, Greedy get on my nerve for real. You talk about, no, shit, son. So, anyway, man, let's get to the show. We got a dope show at night for our people, man. Again, I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all. Before we get into the show, I know people be saying the first hour, that's when they tune in because they don't be wanting to hear me talk about God and all that, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I just want to tell everybody, thank y'all for just allowing Trap to be Trap. Baby boy, the king, that was him. Say, bruh, like, you family now, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Bro walked over to me and was like, say, bruh. He hit me with the grandma thing, with the money in the hand. You hear me? He's like, say, bruh. And I ain't even trip. Look, I felt it. I was like, all right, I get what it is. I put it on the altar, though. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But he hit me with the grandma thing. You hear me?
Grandma hands give you that money.
Listen, you can't even look at it. You got to act like you feel it.
And you counting it.
Yeah.
ball fist.
Yeah. So you hit me with the money in the hand. Say, dog, I love you, dog. I appreciate you, Trap. Listen to me, Trap.
Yeah.
I feel you, dog.
Coming over
He ain't
there
no
looking like
small
security.
dude.
Right.
Big
Coming
dude.
over
I was
there
like,
looking
whoa,
like
partner.
security.
Here. But shout out to dude, man, because definitely he was family all weekend. We rocked out with him. You know what I'm saying? He was like, dog, y'all really treat me like family, dog. Like, you ain't even much, like, shun me off. I'm like, bro, that's not even in my nature, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not in my nature, dog, to shun people off. He like, nah, bro. Like, he said, say, bro. He said, Bishop couldn't have got me here. Only you could have got me here. He said, only you could have got me here. And that reminded me of something Bishop told me, bro. He said, your voice gonna get people that my voice can't. He said, that's why you so important.
Yep. No, yeah, unless we had pastors and prisoners.
You know, I told him that. I say pastors and prisoners. Pastors and prisoners.
And Jose
So
in the middle.
definitely that, man. I just want to say thank y'all for just allowing Trap to be Trap. Thank y'all for consistently just rocking with me, watching me evolve. I promise y'all, man, we not stopping here. You know, we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep evolving. And it's not just about me, yo. Like, it's truly being able to let people see what transformation looks like in real time. Man, I struggle with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I need people like Greedy and Travis and Jose and Pastor Don and Bishop and, you know, people who I can call who are on a journey with me and who are on a journey ahead of me so I can have that medium of where I'm going at. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know the saying, man, God ain't money. Because God ain't never tell us to be broke. But also God told us don't worship the money. Don't love the money. Use the money for what it's supposed to be used for. Things. Remember, the money is just a resource. God is the source, y'all. And so I just want to say that, man, I love y'all so much, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate my trappers who are in the groups, the Patreon, and in my Trappers Anonymous because they allow me to take days off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that with the most humility. Like, they allow me to take days off when I'm into something like that. Like, when I'm being in church or when I'm traveling or when I'm like, y'all just need to take a day to take this in. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate them for allowing that without saying, man, nobody ain't come here for all that trap, man. I'm gone, dog. You know what I'm saying? So my Patreon people.
I'm about to say Trappers Anonymous a little bit more lenient.
Huh?
I said Trappers Anonymous a little bit more lenient.
I don't know. I think the Patreon people cool. They don't be tripping. You know, they get what they need. But my Trappers Anonymous family, they just understand. Because it's, you know why? Because I have delegated lieutenants in there. So I haven't delegated lieutenants yet in the Patreon. I think I need to do that. Because they take care of it for me. Like, in the Patreon, like, if I don't post, there are no posts. And so they post it in the chat. So definitely that, man. I wanted to say that. But let's get to it, man. We took up an hour and 7 minutes. Y'all know my first hour kind of going to be dedicated to God anyway. You know what I'm saying? So let me take a little sip. I'm a little parched. Y'all see the cup? All right. All right, let's get let's get it, man. Let's get it. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I am confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all chains that anchor me to that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go. Okay. 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 Ah. All right, man. So, we got some stuff to talk about tonight, man. We got a lot going on. We got a lot that's happening in real time, y'all. Like, in real time. So, you know, let's just get to it. We ain't gonna waste no more of y'all time. All right, so, I want to get that straight. All right, so let's get to our word on the street, too. Before we get to word on the street, man, let's talk about this right quick. Let's go to our heat map right quick, Tootie. Let's just see that, what it looked like. All right, so we had 3.5 million calls, 3.4 million puts. We kind of skating the line right there. Let's go a little further to it, heat map it. Here go our heat map. Microsoft gave us 2% today. Meta gave us 1%. Say, bro, I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, I'm telling y'all, listen. Stop playing with Meta. Stop playing. Stop playing with Meta, right? Let's talk about it, man. Our financial sector's doing pretty good. Nvidia down, not much of nothing. AVGO down much of nothing. AMD, like, I don't be mad at AMD, but I kind of stay away from AMD, man, because they kind of, I don't know, right? ServiceNow was down, AMAT down. We definitely got some plays we need to jump into. Why? Because we know that November is a power month. November is a power month, right? So let's get ready to position ourselves for that. Eli Lilly, AbbVie, let's see. Uber is down. Verizon is down. I got something I wrote down for y'all today as I watch certain things. We got Starbucks fell by 10% today. Revenue fell by 3% to $9.1 billion. Same store sales fell by 7%. Now, we cannot blame that on the new CEO because this was the effects of the prior CEO. So I'll say that if you're a Starbucks person, you gotta wait at least 2 to 3 quarters for him to get things in rotation and moving, right? So let's think about that for my people who are excited about the CEO from Chipotle going to Starbucks. Remember, it takes about, I would say, like a full year to see him, you know what I'm saying, in motion the way he's supposed to be. Also, today, did Steve send us a McDonald's clip? Throw that out there right quick. I want to see something. Did he send us the one for McDonald's? Yeah. Throw that up there right quick. Yep, tell him to throw that up there. I want to talk about that for a second. Yep. McDonald's has people walking dead, y'all. Like, here's what we just found out today. McDonald's shares crashed by 10% after the CDC links E. coli outbreak to the quarter pounder burgers. 10 people hospitalized, 1 person died, y'all. This is essential. Why? Because this is similar to the Chipotle in 2015. Right? Today alone, McDonald's erased $20 billion in market cap. Now, let me make this clear to you. McDonald's is not a company that moves that big. So McDonald's is not a company that, like, you won't get up one day and say, oh, McDonald's popped 10%. They not that type of brand. And the market will punish them for this for some time. Right? I'm not saying it may be a year. I'm not saying it's going to be 2 years. What I am saying is they will reap the benefits. They will reap the drawdown. They will feel the drawdown on this for some time. Because, one, I'm going to keep it real with you. Why are you feeding your people McDonald's anyway? First of all, I'm not even blaming McDonald's. Why in 2024? Let's just keep it real.
Don't do that, because the quarter pounder used to be my joint, bro.
Used to. You talking about when we was kids.
Yeah, that thing.
That ain't the same stuff.
That actually hurt my heart more.
This is mass. Like, one, you should not, I'm going to just keep it 100 with you. You should not be feeding your family McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it 100. You should not. On no cost. Especially not a burger. Like maybe you go get a breakfast, so you may get the eggs. I'm not gonna match you getting a hash brown. I'm not mad at you for that. Okay, cool.
Hash brown.
Pancakes. Okay, cool. I bet. You want to get the deluxe breakfast? That's a microwave patty that they put on. Okay, cool. I'm not mad at that. Right? The microwave patty. They don't make the patty. They get the patty from somewhere. I mean, they get the pancake from somewhere. That probably come from a breakfast people that they cut a deal with.
Yeah.
Right? The eggs is liquid eggs. Okay, cool. I'm not mad at you for that. Hash brown, you can't really like mess up a hash brown. It's potatoes. But the meat on the burger.
Or whatever that is.
That ain't right. We know that ain't right. We been found out that ain't right. Them chicken nuggets. It ain't right.
It ain't even chicken.
We been knew that ain't right. So what is you feeding your family McDonald's for?
And they just came out with the chicken Big Mac.
The chicken Big Mac. They double giving you double death. Double death.
And
What in their mind meant the Big Mac, the chicken Big Mac? Like somebody in corporate decided that they wanted. So first of all, why am I going to McDonald's for a chicken sandwich? Let's just start there. Okay.
You want me to play the enemy's advocate?
I'm just saying.
You know I be playing.
I'm just saying. Why am I going to McDonald's?
Because it's delicious.
For a chicken sandwich?
Stop it. Stop it.
So
We're not gonna do that.
let me just say, even if you don't like Chick-fil-A, because we understand that they ain't the best either now, but you pass up Chick-fil-A, you pass up Popeyes,
And Zaxby's.
you pass up Zaxby's. Now I'm not saying none of them is, but I'm saying you pass up a chicken place. You pass up Popeyes. You pass up Zaxby's. You pass up Chick-fil-A. Even on a Sunday, you still gotta pass up Popeyes, Zaxby's, and if you're in the hood, churches. I'm not even mad at you. I'm not even mad at you for the grease cockpit. It's okay.
I'm gonna need you to say Zaxby's right.
Zaxby's, whatever. I'm from New Orleans. I don't care about the X. You feel me? I don't care about the X. They don't even got that in New Orleans. In New Orleans, you gotta pass up, what's the one that Glow go to all the time? Raising Cane's. So you pass up Raising Cane's, you pass up Zaxby's, you pass up churches, and you pass up Popeyes to go to McDonald's to get a double chicken Mac. You feel me? You pass up the chicken spots. You feel me? You pass up, if you're in Atlanta, you pass up JJ's, you know what I'm saying? You passing up Busy Bees. Right? To go get a double chicken Mac with Mac sauce on a chicken sandwich. You gotta be kidding me. You got to be killing me here. You gotta be. Who in corporate office thought that was a good idea? Come on, Jose. Let me hear it.
No. I'm just in the branding mind. I'm thinking, why they ain't do this before?
Do what before?
Do the double chicken patty Mac.
You shouldn't have did it at all. It's not a good idea.
Look, I'm tempted, but I'm not gonna do it.
You're tempted? Oh my God.
One bite.
What? Bro, do you not see what that says? My body's Walking Dead. You bite it when a zombie bites you on Walking Dead. All you need is one bite, dog. They don't need two. It's one bite. It's one neck bite. You dead. You're dead.
Of the chicken Mac.
One neck bite. You're dead, Jose. They can scratch you. You're dead. It's over for you. I got to scratch. You got to cut the arm off. You saw the thing?
I saw it. I ain't doing it, though.
My dog want one bite.
Hey, look, you know I got to be the enemy's advocate.
Nah, that's how you feel in your heart. You need a bite. He's going to try it.
Nah, I'm on a different walk right now.
You're not,
so
but still, you know why? That's the flesh.
I'm on a different walk.
That's the flesh. Fight the flesh. Alabaster oil. Fight the flesh.
Anoint his head.
My boy.
In grease.
Oh, my God. My dog want a bite of the double chicken mac with mac
Am I the
sauce.
only one in here?
Yes.
Okay. I stand on, you know. Come on, man. I'm me. I stand on it. Look, okay, real talk. Only reason I'm saying that, we about to move past it, but I was doing my trans-veganism lifestyle.
Oh,
Listen, when the Popeyes dropped the chicken sandwich.
That's
right?
different. That's
listen.
Ma, don't do that.
But what I'm saying is.
Ma, I mean, Jose. Would you put that all up, Ma? Jose, trans-veganism? Bro, why do you be coming up with this stuff?
No double Mac for me. We good.
Thank you, bro.
How much they lose on market value?
They lost $20 billion in one day. That means don't eat it, Jose. Bro, if you come in here twitching, I'm going to say the double chicken mac got him. Damn. Somebody put in the chat, don't bite the chicken, Jose. All right, so we got some more drink, or we just got one? Give me one more. All right, let's go a little further, Tootie. All right, let's go to, before you switch, all right, let's do this one, and then we'll go to our, we gotta let the people see the recession portfolio. We cannot skip that, Tootie. Gotta let the people see the money. You know the people won't see the money, man. All right. So Walmart. Now watch this. I want y'all to understand this. I want y'all to understand how dope the game is. Like how dope this game is. So a couple weeks ago, what did we talk about? We talked about Amazon doing what? Putting the pressure on Walgreens, putting the pressure on CVS, putting the pressure on Rite Aid, right? We talked about, right? This was just last week, right? This was just last week. Guess what Walmart announces today? Today, Walmart announces, right here. Today, Walmart announces that it is going to start with 6 states, and it will increase to 49 states by January 2025. What will they do? They will start delivering prescriptions to the front doorsteps of their customers. Listen, Avon, Barksdale, Marlowe, listen. We talked about it, y'all. We talked about dinosaur companies. Companies that will do what? The business model is, so watch this. If you Walgreens, if you CVS, if you Rite Aid, why would you let Amazon and Walmart beat you to this punch?
A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Come
you guys
on.
got fat while everybody starved on the street. It's my turn.
Come on. If you are CVS, if you are Walgreens, if you are Rite Aid, the writing is on the wall that you about to go out of business. I'm going to say it again. If you are CVS, if you are Walgreens, if you are Rite Aid, the writing is on the wall that you're about to go out of business. Here's why. Walgreens Boots Alliance just got kicked out of the S&P 500 this year. Turn my volume up a little bit. Give me a little more volume, Tootie. Why you don't give me more volume? Thank you. Not that much volume. Right? The writing is on the wall. Right? It's just like Blockbuster Video. Right? If your business model. So watch this. Here's why it's so essential. All right. So when we talk about dinosaur companies, we're not talking about companies that's old. If that's the case, Walmart is a dinosaur company. If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Like Apple is a dinosaur company. But when we talk about dinosaur companies, right, we're talking about companies, right, that evolve the business model. Right? Management evolves the business model. So here's what Walmart understood. Okay, Amazon, because watch this. So somebody said, no, Trap, CVS delivers to your doorstep too. It's not about that. What? So you missed the whole point. Go into a CVS and see how, so okay, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Watch this. We're talking business model. Overall business model. So if we go look at market share, we see that CVS has a smaller market share than the other companies, right? We look at their numbers are way down. So if your core business model is prescriptions, that's CVS and Walgreens' core business model. Okay, let's make that make sense. I'm glad you said that. If your core business model is prescriptions, then you have to be the most innovative person in that industry. You cannot allow, watch this, you cannot allow Walgreens and Amazon to penetrate that business model. Here's why. Because Walgreens and Amazon has a bigger consumer base than you. Right? Let's make it make sense. I'm glad somebody said it. Right? So, because Amazon and Walmart have a bigger consumer base than you, and you haven't done the things necessary to attract your consumers to you, if I go to Walmart, I might as well get my prescriptions at Walmart. It doesn't make sense for me to get prescriptions at Walmart and then go to CVS and get the prescriptions. Because everything that's in CVS is already in Walmart. If I'm on Amazon, it doesn't make sense for me to leave Amazon and then go to CVS when I can do it already on Amazon. So Walmart and Amazon have the bigger consumer base already. So what Walgreens and Rite Aid and CVS should have done long time ago was improve the business model. You got to improve the business model long before the competitors get there. How do you do that? You figure out who you can partner with to innovate the business model. So somebody said, I don't want Amazon delivery. That's cool. You're one person out of 1,000. It's okay for them to lose you. It's okay for them to lose you. Because watch what's going to happen. You took the words out of my mouth, Jose. In a few years, you'll have no choice. That's the thing about letting somebody like Amazon or Walmart infiltrate your business model. Year by year, they take market cap from you, and then the consumer base has no choice. You might don't like Amazon delivery, but guess what? You're going to pick a side. You're going to go to Amazon or you're going to go to Walmart, but you're going to pick one of the two. In due time, Walgreens and CVS and Rite Aid won't be an option. It won't be an option. So what these companies should have did, you got to see the writings on the wall and say, hey, they knocking on our door. Okay, I'm about to say something profound right here. I got a drink on it. We're about to see one of three things happen in the next 5 years. We're going to see CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, one, go out of business. Now, mind you, watch this. I can't think of what show we said, but we just said Walgreens was cutting 1,200 stores. If I'm not mistaken, Jose. What episode? 88. Shout out to Jose.
That boy.
Episode 88, Walgreens cut 1,200 stores. What does that tell us? Target slowly but surely on the way out? Hell no. Target ain't going nowhere. Somebody said that in the chat. Target ain't going nowhere. You know why? Target has the luxury business model. That's why they're not going nowhere. Target has, so the people that go to Walmart, we talked about that in episode 2. The people that go to Walmart, the people in Target bougie, they like, I don't want to go over there. They can go to Target and get Starbucks. You go to Walmart and get McDonald's. This is, oh my God. Oh my God. That was profound. That was a full circle moment. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
When you in there, go get your double patties.
You go in there and get the double chicken mac. And they're going to mail you the antibiotics for the Walking Dead at your house. Oh.
A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in. You guys got fat while everybody starved on the street. It's my turn.
I wasn't even thinking to just now. Oh. That CEO brilliant. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Oh, that revenue about to go crazy. Oh, my God. Bro, how did that happen just now? That is insane. You go to Target or Target and get your Starbucks, pumpkin spice. You go to Walmart and get spliced with the double chicken mac with the mac sauce. Damn, dog, that is crazy. That's crazy work. Jose, we got 3,300 people in the chat. Insane work. All right. So, again, one of three things going to happen. Watch this. CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens will go out of business. That's one. Two, they're going to come together. They're going to come together. Mergers, that's right, cuz, M&A. Mergers and acquisition. Because here's what happens. They got to, so remember, the FDC is not going to allow for a monopoly. So they all won't die, right? The FDC, you can't have a monopoly, right? So you got it, but there's going to be a merger somewhere because the FTC will not allow a monopoly to take place. If you only have like Walgreens, if you only have like Walmart or Target, which would be in store, you got to leave room for competition. So one medical, that's cool, but you got to have, so you're not going to see, so they got to have, the FTC won't allow just a Walgreens. So there's going to be or watch this, number 3, Walmart or Amazon is going to buy one of them. They buy to take whatever they do have. So what happens, you take whatever assets you do have, you add those assets to your balance sheet, and because Walmart and Amazon has such a big balance sheet, they can take on that, like dump the liabilities, keep the assets, pay the liabilities off. It's a win-win situation. You feel me? This is what you're gonna see happen. So I like that. But again, man, if you CVS, Walgreens are right there, bro, like you saw this coming years ago. You should have been made the adjustment. And so this is what happened with business models when companies do not innovate. When companies do not innovate, this is what happened. You die. Toys R Us did not innovate. There's nowhere in the world Amazon should have knocked off the biggest toy dealer in the world. There's just no way. You did not innovate. Blockbuster brought us the home movie. They're the reason why we was watching movies at home. It's a Blockbuster weekend. Buy two, get one free. And then they added the games. Buy two, get a game. There's no way Amazon should have knocked them off. Netflix should have knocked them off. But guess what? You're done. Flush you. There's no way Kmart should have went out of business. Sears and Roebuck, once the biggest retail, Macy's on their way out. There's no reason these people should have went out of business. But when you do not evolve as a business, when you do not evolve the business, you got to look at the lay of the land, yo. That's the one thing I'm gonna tell. Okay, let me have a conversation with all my let me have a conversation with all my entrepreneurs. Let me have a moment for all my entrepreneurs. Right, here's my moment for you all. What worked before the pandemic will not work now. Okay, let me run it back to you. What worked, okay, this is for all my entrepreneurs, this is for all my aspiring entrepreneurs, right? So I'm not the person to teach you entrepreneurship, right? I'm not the person to teach you on eBay. You know, another one. I remember being young, getting the eBay catalog. This was how we understood what was coming out. Going to school, we get the eBay. It's done now. Foot Locker, Athlete's Foot. You don't improve the business model, guess what happened? Right, so let me say this to all my entrepreneurs. To all my entrepreneurs in 2024, you're entering 2025, the end of the year, you are trying to see what is working. You are testing your business model, right? You figuring it out. I want you to understand, yes, but here's what I want you to understand. What worked before the pandemic? What worked midway through the pandemic has to evolve moving forward. If you do not evolve, you will die. And I'm talking from marketing, I'm talking branding, I'm talking product development, I'm talking text messaging, I'm talking research and development. It will not work. You cannot just post on Instagram. You cannot just run ads. As you're building your brand, you 100% need to get people who are, even if it's not you, you have to get people who are familiar with AI. It does not have to be you. It does not have to be you. But if you don't get people in your business that understands the importance of AI and understand on how to do AI, you 100% are operating a failing business. Yep, you can be authentic. Yep, that's going to bring your people in. You can be transparent. Yep, that's going to bring your people in. We talking branding, marketing, product development, what do you call it? Creating campaigns. If you do not get people, like now you have to have a position an AI position. Like you got your COOs, you got your chief of staffs, you got your email team, you got your production team. You got to have somebody that says, I am head of the AI department. If you don't, you're operating a failing business. 100%. Systems, everything. You need data. Data. If you don't, I promise you, your business is going to die. Because while social media is good, it's getting harder to market to your people. And the person who's going to win is the person that got the money to grow that team. The AI portion of your team is going to be essential. So while we saying, AI going to take a lot of jobs, it's cool. But guess what you got to go do? You got to get them young people in college or them people in their 20s, maybe early 30s, that's computer geeks that understand the importance of it, and they can live inside your business, and you're going to have to pay them top dollar. You got to pay them top dollar, or you're going to have to give them a part of the business or give them a portion of profit from the business because they're going to be essential. It reminds me of watching Hidden Figures. Right? It's prime example. Hidden Figures. The women used to do all the calculations by hand. They had a whole squad of them, white and black. But the black lady saw, this computer is coming. She went got every book she can read on computers. How to work them, how to operate them. And what she went did, she learned it, and she taught her girls how to do it. And then while she was in there, the people, they couldn't figure it out. So she came in there, boop, boop, boop. They looked at her like, whoa. She created a job for herself, and then she negotiated that she'd be the head of the team for her girls. Now, she could have been spiteful, but she took the white women with her and said, I'm going to teach y'all too, because y'all wouldn't have did the same for me, though. Let's go a little further, too. Let's go to the recession portfolio, too. All right, let's show the people the money. Show the people the money. Chelsea, it's okay if she stole the book. Sometimes you got to steal to get where you got to go at. You know what they say about hook or crook? You know what I'm saying? About hook. Oh, you ain't never heard that one, Sean? Golly. Listen, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Listen, she ain't stole it. She ain't got caught. She ain't got caught. Huh? I am on a journey. God put the book there for her to get. In the library. In the library. She borrowed it. It saved her job. And she repaid it by doing what? Tithing. With the paycheck. With the paycheck. All right, let's go a little further, y'all. All right, so here we go, man. Options catalog. All right, let's look at it, man. The Amazon play. It's up in January. Man, we getting punched in the face right there. I don't like it. All right, we got the A-net play. It's eating. We down 13. He lost 13-6 today. I don't like that. The AXP play is going up and down, but we cool. We not mad at it. It got hit hard last week. It beat earnings. It missed on revenue, and it gave some good guidance. We not mad at that. Berkshire play, same. CrowdStrike eating. The Goldman Sachs play, still doing good. We okay with that. KLAC, it's just making me mad. So we'll see what it look like. We got November. We got November to watch that, so we okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Go a little further. We got the Eli Lilly play doing good. We got our March 960 play. It's doing a little bad. Look at Meta just cooking. We got Service Now up, another Service Now up, Nvidia up, Nvidia up. The 110 is up. The Nvidia is up right there. The other Nvidia is up. Let's go a little further. We should have one more. 140 call finally turned green for us. Sheesh. Sheesh. Finally moved today. Shout out to my people. Palo Alto pumping. QCon probably is dead. We've been saying it was dead. I don't know why I'm still there. The QQQ play we made a couple weeks ago is good. Both of my SMH is down. They was up, now they down. I don't be understanding what's going on right here. TSM is up. TSM is up. Shout out to my dog, George. George been going crazy about TSM. Let's go a little further. And then we got the wing play. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I am fairly disappointed in myself about this play. I'm fairly disappointed in myself about this play. This play was up about 25%. I was up $46,000. And now the play is down 61%. I'm pissed off at this play. I'm not going to lie. If it don't shake back by Friday to give me a little, if it don't give me a little, like, yeah, by Friday, I'm going to just kill it. I'll just take the L. I was up $47,000 on this play, and it just turned on me in a week, like in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? So, I just got to take that L and go with it. But I'm kind of disappointed in that play. You know what I'm saying? It has so much potential, and I don't even know what happened. Like, I didn't see no news about it. It just sold off big time. So that kind of, like, just threw me all the way off. Yeah, so it went from being up like 30% to now it's down. Right now it's down 65%. And so I'll see what happens during the week. I'll give it till Friday to see if I can I'll see what happens by Friday. And if it's not, I just gotta take that L on that one. Also, I'm down 80% on it. Why are you in a Celsius option? Why would you be in a Celsius option? That ain't even an option. Don't do that. Also, I told my people in the Patreon group, this week, y'all, this week, I am taking about $1 million out of this account. I told y'all there is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing going on. I just need to do this for a, just a situation I got going on. You do not have to sell none of your plays, right? You do not have to sell none of your plays, but I am going to take $1 million out of this. I'm going to take $1 million out of here. Again, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Let me just say it again. You don't have to sell nothing. You don't have to sell nothing. You don't have to sell nothing. But I need to take $1 million out of here. So, for that, oh, what's up, Nat? Queen in the building. All right, let's go a little further. All right, here's our buy and hold. We up 55%, so we back to where we were. We up 55%. We up 422,000. Today we made $643. That same 5,000 is sitting right there. All right, let's go a little further. All right, so we got Allstate up, Allstate creeping, Costco. Decker's just dead on me. It's not doing nothing. That might be my loser for the year. We up 55%, which is good. EME is up. FICO went crazy today, too. Eli Lilly, Meta, Nvidia, PWR, and VRTX. That's what we got right here. Let's see what greed are on, y'all. What's up, Whoa? Man, I'm good. I'm on the show. You all right? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. I'll hit you later.
All right.
My dog Greedy, man. I love that dude, man. I love Greedy. My dog, man. All right, let's go. Rain on me. All right, the bank is money laundering. If that ain't America, I don't know what is. So TD Bank they got to pay for $3 billion in penalties for money laundering. So you know why I'm not shocked by this? Is because this is the American way, y'all. Like, and I'm not saying this as a joke, but this is what banks be doing, and they finally got caught up. I mean, like today, one of the dudes from, I can't think of what company, Abercrombie, did I say that right? Abercrombie, he got caught up for sex trafficking. Sex trafficking, right? And this is why I personally feel like we play the game, but we don't got to condone. I'm going to tell you something, man. Listen, we don't got to condone in the nonsense, y'all. That's why I don't look up to none of these people, right? And when people be like, this company don't like black people, I'll be like, bro, I'm not here for them to like me or not. I'm here to make my money and take care of my family. But think about this, money laundering. Watch this. Who remembers a couple years ago when J.P. Morgan got caught with all that cocaine? It was like something like 70 tons of cocaine. 70 tons of cocaine. You know how many hoods 70 tons of cocaine full up? That's the whole southern region. 70 tons? Bro, a ton? And guess what? We ain't heard nobody went to jail. What they doing with it? What you think they did with it, Sean? What do you do with 70 tons of cocaine? What do you do with it? You feel me? 70 tons of cocaine. Nobody went to, we didn't even hear about it no more. All right, let's go a little further, man. Yeah, 70 tons of cocaine, y'all. All right, so watch this. Costco and Peloton collaborate. Peloton partners with Costco to sell bikes as it looks to reach younger, wealthier customers. Now watch this. Costco, now y'all know I love Costco. Y'all know I love Costco. I feel like everybody should own Costco the same way everybody should own Amazon, right? I'm gonna tell you why. Because Costco makes money like a technology stock. They print money at such a high level. Here's why. You know what I love about Costco? The business model is amazing, right? So watch this. Here's why, let me just give you an idea. The reason why Costco can eat the price on goods is because they make it back up on the longevity of you being a member, right? So, okay, entrepreneurs, all my entrepreneurs, let me tell y'all something. All my entrepreneurs, let me tell y'all something. Here's why I love the stock market. Because you get to study people's business model. So watch this. All my entrepreneurs. Somebody say 72 tons, TDJ, pray for me. Watch this. As an entrepreneur, yes, you sell to the marketplace. We get that. But what is the business model that you are using for your business to consistently be successful? As an entrepreneur, the key thing that you have to have in place and understand is the business model. Why is that important? Because you need to understand where you can take a loss at to gain on the back end, right? And if you can take a loss on the front end of a product, but gain on the back end, you win. Or you got to do like American Express does. They say, hey, we don't mind having a limited clientele, but the limited clientele that we do have is upscale, and we give them more rewards than anybody else. So Visa, while they may have a larger base because they got more credit cards than anybody, they don't give away the perks like American Express does, right? Because they go after a certain type of client. As an entrepreneur, the reason why I love the stock market is because you get to study different business models, and then you can say, okay, I like this business model. So one of the things that we do is we look at everything, and we only see one thing. I like the stock market because as I'm studying Apple, I say, okay, well, Apple have these products, but what is one of the things that they do well? Well, what they do well is they learn how to get in your life. Apple is really good at getting in your life because once they get in your life, it's hard for you to leave them. I don't care how much you say, damn, Android takes some better pictures. What you will do is you'll keep your Apple phone and then get you an Android to take pictures. Right now, right here, I'm not even talking about iPhone, Android. I don't care about that. I'm saying the business model is we get you on what? The blue dot. We get you on the cloud. We get you once you link all your bank accounts. We get you now paying bills through here. We get you now with your TV. We get you now with the watch. We got you so linked in, you cannot leave us. So what you go do is just get a phone with a cheaper service and say, I want the Android anyway. Or you have multiple iPhones. So we got to understand from a perspective of entrepreneurs is whose business model that I can use to add to my business. If you're an entrepreneur and you don't understand your business model, and then you don't, what we talked about, if you're an entrepreneur and you don't have somebody in your department that focuses on artificial intelligence, you lose. You lose. You're operating a dying business. You might not die today, but you're going to die tomorrow. Because your business is not suitable and adjusting to the times. What did I say? What you did before the pandemic and what you did during the pandemic is not the same thing you're going to do in 24 and 25. The reason why? The consumer has changed. The dollar that the consumer spends has changed. So you now have to alter to the consumer, not what you think is good. This is why this is why Blockbuster died. This is why Walgreens and CVS and Rite Aid is going to die. This is why Sears and Roebuck died. This is why Macy's is dying. This is why Dillard's is dying. This is why Nordstrom's is dying. They are not adjusting the business model to the clientele. This is why eBay is dying. This is why all these companies are dying, because they are not adjusting the business model. And you as a CEO, you can only see so far. You are the visionary. That's cool. But you have to bring in somebody else who's thinking from the business, from another, who is good at what they do. So, visionary also understand the business model. So, Costco, why do I love Costco? Here's the business model, y'all. Here's the business model right here in front of your face. We want people who like to buy in bulk. Watch this. Not only do they buy in bulk, but the perception is that buying in bulk is cheaper. Right? So watch this. We don't mind losing a penny here, a penny there, $1 here on a product. They'll eat the dollar on a product, but guess what? Their membership retention rate is 97%. The membership retention rate is 97%, which means the average person renews their membership. Watch this. On average, 5 years.
That boy is good. Mm-hmm. That boy.
All right? So if you get one person, so that's called what? Lifetime value of the customer. So if we get a person locked in, the average person gonna be locked in for 5 years. And then they'll go a little deeper. I don't know that number off the top of my head, but then there's a per cart, meaning how much does the average person spend every time they come in Costco? So that means not only do we get you for 5 years, but on average, every time you come in, you spend a certain amount of money. They understand this down to a science. So we can lose a little bit on the front end. Watch this. For the first time in 10 or 15 years, they increased the membership 150 per order. So now we got you. So the average person stays for 5 years and spends what? $150 per time they come in. And the average person who's coming in at least once a month. Because people buy for monthly. So then you factor in how many consumers they have. So now when you look at Costco, here's what you're going to look at. You're going to look at same store sales year over year, which means are the sales increasing from this year compared to last year at the same time? And you know what you keep saying? Increasing in sales, increasing in revenue. So that means then you're going to look at foot traffic, meaning more people are coming in. So because they're a membership, so somebody said $450 an order. That's cool. So watch this. So now you're going to see foot traffic. What does that mean? That means are the people that's coming in the store increasing? Because that's a whole different metric. So you got year-over-year sales, and then you got foot traffic sales, meaning people that's spending and people that's coming in the store. This is the data that you need to measure your business. They got 132 million people that hold the Costco card. Watch this. America only has 300 to 400. I don't even think we have 400 yet. We might be close to it. So let's just give or take. America has 400 million people in America. That means about 25% of Americans own a Costco card. Look how we just broke that math down. Look at that math. Look at that math. Look at that math. Business model. All right, let's go a little further. Before we go there, 300 of the stores, Costco's going to use 300 of its stores in the U.S. to partner with Peloton on average from $19.99 or on Costco.com to $21.99. We're talking about $100. Watch this. So here's what they did. So let's look at this. Compromise. I just talked about it, right? So what did Peloton do? Peloton said, listen, we not making enough money on our own. Hear me. Remember what I said. Partnership, business model. On the site, Peloton sells for $24.95. But guess what they said? Because Costco has a different type of clientele. This is so important. Because Costco has a different type of clientele, they're willing to sell it to Costco in-store for $19.99 or on Costco.com for $21.99. So they're going to eat the $200 and something difference to do what? Get exposure to a different type of customer. You give away a little bit on the front to make it on the back. Why? Because once you join Peloton, I sold you the bike, and then the next thing you're going to do is get on the membership plan. Come on. Because you cannot have a Peloton without getting on the recurring revenue model. So I'm willing to give up the $200 and something on the front end to make it up for having you on the back end. Oh my God, come on, man. Who's gonna give you the signs like that? Where they gonna get that signs like that from? That's simple. That's simple for a while.
They ain't even increased the membership fee since 2017 either.
Who that?
Costco.
We talked about that.
You know what I'm saying?
They just increased it.
Oh, they just did it?
Yeah, we talked about it 3 weeks ago.
Okay, bet.
They just increased it about $2. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, let's go a little further to it. All right, let's look at 3 keys to breaking down the stock right quick, right? I won't make this simple. We're going to go through it a little bit, but I want y'all to analyze this and see this, right, from a perspective, because I know a lot of times people be struggling with stocks, and we're not going to get into a lot of things, but I just want to help you out right here. 1, you must understand what we just talked about, business model. It is important for you to understand. Somebody said, come on, Morgan the Magnificent. Man, what you know about that? That's family right there. That's family right there. You got to be from New Orleans to know about mortgages. No. That's a hometown show. It's a hometown show. So this is the guy, right?
Say, is it for kids?
No.
It sounds like
He used to come on late at night, dog. He was the weirdest guy in the world, dog. So he was he worked in the morgue. And he had this dude that was like, he was like dead, but like alive, and it was Chopsley. Yeah, he wore this thing on his head. Like you couldn't see it. I'm going to show it to you one day, bro. And it was weird, bro. But it used to have like stories in between it. You know what I'm saying?
Is it like Tales from the Crypt?
Yeah. It's like it was like a New Orleans version of Tales from the Crypt.
That used to scare me, bro.
It was a New Orleans version, though. He was like a mortician. You know, I realized you're in New Orleans. So he was like a mortician. He was like green in the face. He used to wear this white lab coat.
That's crazy. Literally. Tales from the Crypt kept me up.
I thought he was a mortician. He was a scientist. I thought he was a mortician. We had all kind of crazy stuff going on in there. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was scary, too. It was scary. Huh? Nah, it was intentionally. He was weird. He was weird. Morgan's the Magnificent. All right, but my hair cut cold-blooded on that picture. God damn. Sheesh. Huh? That was a Tita Barber cut. That was a Tita Barber cut. That was a good cut right there, boy. Sheesh. Huh?
Got the high fade.
The high fade, yeah. That's a nice cut right there, boy. Nice cut right there. All right, so one is understanding the business model. Number two is understanding what are the advantages in the company. You must understand what the business model, what the advantages are of the business model, or what the advantages are of the company. Number three, we must understand what are the risks that are involved. Every company has risks, and we must understand that. So understanding the business model, understanding the advantages, and understanding the risk. Let's go a little further to it. The next thing, right? What are three things to look out for? One, income statement declining in revenue. Number two, balance sheet, a lot of debt. And number three, negative operating cash flow. Why are these things that we need to look for? Number one, declining revenue. If a company's revenue is declining, that means they are not doing a good job at what? Bringing in foot traffic or selling goods and services. That's not good. Consistently declining revenue is not good. Number two, high debt. Now, you got companies that can operate with high debt, but too much debt. Anything above 2-to-1 debt is a lot. Anyone above 2-to-1 debt is a lot. Number three, cash flow. If you on a cash flow statement, if you see negative operating cash flow, that means negative operating cash flow is what they're using to operate the business. If it's negative, it's not good. Go get the Wallstreet Trappin course. That breaks all of that down, what you need to be looking for. Let's go a little further to it. All right, three reasons why stock is cheap. Let's talk about it. One, fundamental weakness. What does that mean by fundamental weakness? It means the fundamentals and the financials of the company is weak. If that is weak, the stock will not, in a lot of times, be doing good. Also, if you want to learn this, man, come join Trappers Anonymous. Each and every Sunday, we do something that's called Live from the Kitchen. It's about a 2.5 hour Zoom call. You will see trappers breaking down stocks. We got people like Queen Tori. You got Lieutenant Casey. You got Chelsea. We got the Queen Natalie. We got some dope people in Trappers Anonymous. We do stuff every day of the week, but for sure, every Sunday, y'all to see me on Sundays going live, and then I cut the live off. Why? Because we inside there, live. Every Sunday, we breaking down stocks, we breaking down companies, and if you miss it, you actually get the replay. So come join that. Number three, low market sentiment. Sometimes the market just isn't on a company, right? And that's what sentiment is. Sometimes a company can be doing really good, and the market just not feeling it right now. And there's nothing you can do about that. You know what I'm saying? The best thing to do about that is be able to wait it out. Because good companies often perform great over the long term. Somebody say, I just joined Trappers Anonymous today. Let's go. I got to teach you how to forecast modeling. I already know how to forecast, brother. I've been doing this for a while, fam. I already know how to forecast and set price targets. Chill, chill, chill. Come on, now. Don't call me Wallstreet Trapper for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me Trap for nothing. I've been the big homie, man. But I appreciate you feel me? I appreciate you. Next is the market is unclear on a forward path. That's one thing for sure. One thing that the market does love is predictability. When the market doesn't have predictability around a company, it will go the other way. If a company doesn't have predictability, if the market doesn't see a forward future, if the market can't see, like if you're a company, one of the things I teach my people is in the Trappin course is forward guidance, right? If the market doesn't see how you'll be profitable moving forward, if the market doesn't see how your business will evolve moving forward, if the market doesn't see how these products and services will make the marketplace better moving forward, the market will not reward you. The market will not reward you. The market will not reward you. So I want y'all to check that segment, look at it again, man. Fundamental weakness, and you like, man, stock, trap, this stock look good. The fundamentals look pretty good. Everything look good, but the market not like. Well, the market don't see a forward path. And this is why we go look at those earnings calls, and this is why we look at those different reports that they put out so we can see, okay, we do see forward, we don't see. And so that'll be one of the things with a great company. Let's go a little forward. 2-8. All right. So, man, I ran across these numbers, man. And this is important for me because I know that there's people that the middle class is a thing in America, right? As I've been looking at, let me say this right quick. Shout out to my people that go to Howard. Y'all had y'all Howard homecoming this past weekend in D.C. Shout out to my people for Howard. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my people. I think Morehouse has something this week, you hear me? Shout out my people at Morehouse this week. Southern has something this week? Shout out to Southern homecoming this week. That just passed. Shout out to the HBCUs for sure. Shout out to the HBCUs. I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who that is. I have no idea who that is. So shout out to my HBCUs, man. Shout out to the HBCUs, man. It's all love to the HBCUs over here, man. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to a friend of mine, and I asked a question. I said, if you had kids, is it imperative that they go to college? And they said, shout out to Grambling for sure. Listen, I ain't mad at it. Clark, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. I ain't mad at it. Alabama, come on, I ain't mad. If you're in the HBCU, go put your HBCU in the chat. We got love for the HBCUs over here, man. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, Jose, you know what we got to do? We got to get some speaking engagement in HBCUs, fam. That's why we slipping that. LaShawna, go earn your check. Listen, I will put somebody on blast. Get us in them HBCUs, man. We need to be in the HBCU. We vital to the hood. Yeah. Come on. We need to be in HBCUs, man. All my HBCUs that's looking for, we know y'all don't teach the financial literacy like we do. Let me come in there, and give our people, give the youngins, they in college. They need to learn how to pay their tuition off using this market. We got a lot of people in our communities that done paid tuition off learning the options game. Come on.
A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Come on. We're going to let the options market get a nickel bag here, a nickel bag there. Bethune-Cookman. HBCUs. Holla at your boy. Spelman, Morehouse, Clark, Atlanta, Howard University. We know we want them all. The Prestige. And we won't even go to the ones that ain't. Hampton, you know what I'm saying? We won't. Come on. We know that we'll Norfolk, we'll work with the budget. We're going to work with the budget. Now, don't come with me with no budget now. Don't say we ain't got no budget. I'm going to say, hey, now. Go get to them alumni. You know, let the alumni know. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even going to go crazy. We're not even going to do you like we do the NFL. We can do an HBCU tour. Let's put it. Hey, 2020. Y'all know one thing. I got a vision. You know when I say something, God be like, sprinkle, sprinkle. God be like, hey, I trust you, my son. 2025, 2026, we are doing a HBCU tour. What they be doing? What they be doing? Let's go. We doing an HBCU tour. We doing an HBCU tour. Big Trap takes on the HBCU. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we doing. Ooh. That's going to be crazy. Big Trap takes the HBCU by storm. Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Shout out to PG Community College. HBCU for real. PG, stand up.
All right, let's get back into it. So what we see is the middle class, we saw something, right? We did the numbers and we saw that the average, the middle class is getting harder to get in the middle class, right? And I'm not going to say, I'm not the person to be, say that the middle class don't exist, because it does, right? When you look at it, there's a upper echelon, there's like ultra wealthy, and then there's the wealthy, and then there's the rich, then there's the middle class, then there's the poor, and then I found out that there's actually a bottom poverty, below poverty level. And so what I want us to see that, the middle class crashed. That's what I named it. So the average weekly cost to send an infant to daycare in 2016 was $211. Now it's $321. And I know this is not a lie, because I was paying about, in 2019, when my daughter was born, matter of fact, when my daughter was born in 2016, she was 9 months old when we started putting her in daycare. It was costing me like $250 a week. And then by time I was paying it up until she got to pre-K or something like that, I think we had got to like $275. You know what I'm saying? So I saw that price going up, and I wasn't mad at it. I was like, oh, because I understood economics, that pandemic had hit. I was like, ooh, my daughter had got to school. I was like, oh, I'm glad. And when my daughter got to school, I was like, man, I'm glad she's not going to nursery no more. But I wound up putting her in a school called Newman in New Orleans, and that was $30,000. I said, why the hell am I paying $30,000 for first grade? All they're doing is sleeping.
Right.
Why am I paying $30,000 for first grade? All they doing is sleeping, man. But here's what I learned about school. I learned that schools like that, Newman, that's a school Odell Beckham went to. That's a school that Peyton Manning family went to. I realized that, watch this, y'all. I'm going to keep it real with you. When you paying money for schools like that at a young age, you paying for education, but you really paying for environment and exposure. That's what you paying for. You paying for environment and you paying for exposure. You paying for your child to be taught in a classroom of 8 to 10 people. That's what you paying for. You're paying for them to go to get extracurricular activities. You're paying for them to go to school from 1st to 12th grade, and one school from pre-K to 12th grade, right? But to have highest levels of academia. So if you go to Newman, that school is known. Oh, you went to Newman? Bet you get schools open up, you know what I'm saying? Like the name of your school opens up. Like I learned it, like people that, again, I'm new to this type of information, so I'm new to it. Like if you went to college and you went to Howard, like your name, that's a name. I didn't realize that. Like you went to Howard as an HBCU? I don't know. I'm just like, that's a name. Oh, you went to Howard. Oh, like if you went to law, if you went to like Tulane Medical, like it's a Tulane Law, I think, is one of the top tiers. Like, so why if you go to Harvard, we went to Harvard Business, you went to Yale. But the thing is, all of that like adds on to the prestige of you as an American, right? So I'm not saying, like, I'm not even a public school baby. I'm a prison baby. I freaking went to prison. I ain't even finished. You know what I'm saying? But what I am saying is that for people who are like corporate America, but that's the thing though, Jose. Like corporate, I don't like the fact that people be trying to crap on corporate America. Right? It's a thing. Right? People want to climb the corporate ladder. Look at the people at NVIDIA. 76% of people millionaires. You feel me? Think about the CEOs of these companies. Those are people. CEOs of these banks, they're not entrepreneurs. And everybody that's a CEO of a company didn't build the company. They got placed as a CEO. They worked the corporate ladder. And so when you those things matter from an educational standpoint. Because I remember when taking my daughter to class, and I remember I remember the programs that they had at Newman, and it was like once your kid gets to like 6th grade or something, they start prepping them for college. Like, how the hell you prepping for college in 6th grade? Like, how you prepping them for college in the 6th and 7th grade? But it's little stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, it's good, man. So you go to those schools at first I used to be against it, you know, because I ain't know no better. You know, I was like, man, you ain't got to go to no college and all that. True, you don't have to go to college. But I understand the importance of it. Like, I see my dog, Tootie. You know what I'm saying? Like, all our homies that went to college, like, they was like, yo, it was an experience. Tootie, you graduated? He graduated from college? He said, yeah, from Southern. Right? Like, that was an experience. Like, that experience, I was in prison. But I remember Tootie, like, used to be so hard on us about, real talk, that's why I said my dog. Tootie used to be so hard on us about finishing school. Tootie used to be hard on us about that. Being in a band, playing in a band, going to another school. I didn't even think about going to college till that dude was like, bro, man, we gonna go to college, dog. I was like, college? Damn, crazy. Of course, I still ain't wind up going to prison. But all of them went to college. That experience, and I was like, so when I asked him, I was like, yo, like, would you make your kid go? She was like, yeah, I make my kid go to college. I was like, why? Dude, like the connections and the people you meet are lifelong. I was like, oh, like the people that you graduate with, like y'all will never forget being in that class. And I was like, oh, that's bad. That's cool. So I don't have nothing against going to college. Like, I don't have nothing against going to college. I'm cool with it. It is what it is. All right, let's go. So watch this. The median price of a single family in 2016 was $241,000. Now it's $422,000. It's the median. So it's getting harder to get to the middle class. Okay, let's go a little further. Right? Watch this. The average cost of attending a private 4-year college from 2015, 2016 school year was $47,000, almost $48,000, right? From 2023 to 2024, $60,000. That probably ain't even counting all the books and all the stuff you gotta take per year. Attending a private 4-year college per year. So think that's 6, 12, 18. So that's about 240 bands you in the hole. Probably a little more because we just rounding it up. Huh? Huh? And you still, so you 250 bands in the hole. Quarter ticket. Well, you got to pay the house regardless. That's per year. You come out of college 300 in the hole. Cause that's just the tuition. You ain't talking the books you come out of college 300 in a hole. Wait a minute now, selling dope ain't so bad. Hold on. My bad, that's the old me, Jose. That's the old me. That's the old me. That's the old me, Jose. That's the old, we a profit, we profit for nations right now. Dang. I ain't realize it was that expensive, dog. And then if you be a lawyer or a doctor, that's 8, 12 years. That's crazy. I'm not going to say college is a scam. Somebody said 60 grand for a scam is crazy. I'm not going to say college is a scam. I can't say that. I can't say college is a scam, yo. Yeah, that's if you, because watch this. How is it a scam if you going to college to be a lawyer? Watch this. When you go to the doctor, you not letting anybody be your doctor. You go break your leg, you ain't going to let me fix it. That doctor, he went to college. She went to college. When you get your teeth done, that's a dentist that went to dental school. That ain't no scam. That ain't no scam. I can guarantee you ain't going, I don't care how much you like me. I don't know how cool you is with me. If you need surgical, you ain't saying, I'm about to let my dog Trap put the white coat on and work on me. You're not going to say that. You're not going to say that. You're going to say, I'm going to the doctor. So you saying it's a scam, you ain't letting the people who in the streets, you ain't letting your mama do surgery on you. I love my mama to death. She cannot do surgery on me.
He probably talking about those ones who going there for art history.
That ain't, I don't got, but we saying college in a whole though.
Yeah.
We can't say that. We gotta say if you going to college for like whatever you going for. But I'm still not gonna say it's a scam because that person probably went to college and made connections in life. That's like with anything, bro. Watch this, Jose. Watch this. Trappers Anonymous is a scam if you don't go there and use it for what it's supposed to be used for. You're gonna think it's a scam. But if you go there and get connections with the people in there and learn while you in there, it's not a scam. The Patreon is not a scam if you go in there and do the thing but if you go in there and think, oh, yeah, I ain't, it's a scam. If you don't use the thing, watch this, a shovel is no good as a screwdriver. A shovel is no good as a screwdriver. But if you use the shovel, what it's meant to be used for, then the shovel is essential. Some people saying the expensive college ain't a scam. It's not a scam. It's not a scam. I don't think it's a scam. Huh? Yeah, they that force you to go to college. Right? Yeah, we know they got free college in other places. We don't live in that place. We live in America where they charge you for everything. Not scamish? I might be with you on that. Scamish?
Jace?
Scamish? It brings on a whole new term now. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new, once you say scam-ish, whole new philosophy goes under that. Could it be cheaper? Could it be, okay, we can talk about that. All right, let's go a little further. Average monthly card goes from, watch this, y'all. The average monthly card payment goes from $478 in 2018 to $737. That is insane. It's almost double.
Bro, when I had no credit, That 700 was looking about normal about 5 years ago. Crazy. I'm looking at that like, bruh, what was you thinking? Driving a 300.
Somebody said if you pay $60,000 for a 4 years degree, $240,000 you could have bought a duplex. All right, but what happened if you don't know how to count with the duplex, and you don't know how to do taxes with the duplex, and you lose the duplex? Right? What happened when that happened? Then you gonna call buying duplex a scam? Right? You take the $60,000, you learn how to buy the duplex, and then what happens if you don't learn how to do the maintenance on the duplex? You don't learn the taxes behind the duplex. You don't learn the upkeep around the duplex. Then you're gonna say, man, real estate is a scam. I ain't buying that real estate. Same with the stock market. Right? You jump in it, you can take the 60 grand and put it in the stock market. What happens? You don't learn how to take the money out of the stock. You don't learn how to buy. You don't learn how to sell right. You don't learn how what you're looking at. Guess what you're gonna say? I'm not doing the stock market, it's a scam. People say it all the time. You're gonna always say something to scam if you don't understand the full benefit of it. I say car insurance is a scam till you get in a car accident. Man, car insurance is a scam. It's a scam. Car insurance is a scam until you get in a car accident. You ain't got no car insurance. Everything is a scam until you learn how to use it, y'all. You know what you got to do? You got to get out of that victim mindset. That's what that is. You got to get out of that victim mindset. Now, see, listen, once we say scam-ish, we change the idea of it. I'm okay with scam-ish. You feel me? I'm perfectly fine with scam-ish. But a scam, I ain't rocking with that. I'm not rocking with a scam. Scam-ish, I can do. Scam, I'm okay. I'm not rocking with scamming. All right, let's go a little further, Tootie. Watch this, though. So before I get into that, I want to say this. Today, the U.S. debt has jumped. So watch this. I want to talk about this right quick before we get into our thing. Watch, I wrote this note down. We cannot make this up, y'all. Watch this. The total U.S. debt, and I want to add that back to what we were talking about. The total U.S. debt jumped $473 billion over the last 3 weeks alone to a record of $35.8 trillion. That means that the U.S. has taken on $1,450 of debt for every American over the last 3 weeks alone. Watch this. It also means that the U.S. now holds a record of $103,700 of debt for every American. In 2024, the U.S. paid a total of $1.16 trillion of interest on the debt in its first year above the $1 trillion mark. In interest alone, the U.S. paid $3,360 for every American in the fiscal year of 2024. Okay, let's repeat that. Let's repeat that so we can get the numbers. Because it is important for us to understand numbers. All right, let's say it again. In the last 3 weeks, the U.S. debt has jumped by $473 billion over the last 3 weeks alone. Now we are at a record of $35.8 trillion, which means probably by the end of the year, we will be at $36 trillion. All right, let's talk about data. Now, let's break that thing all the way down. That means that every American now, or I'm going to just say this a different way. That means that the United States of America, has now taken on an extra $1,450 of debt for every American in the last 3 weeks. All right, let's go a little further with that. It also means the U.S. now holds a record of debt So every American now has about $103,700 of debt on them because of America. 103,000. Yep, 473 billion. So America has taken on almost $500 billion in debt in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks. All right, so I just want us to understand this, y'all. As of 2024, the U.S. has paid $1.16 trillion of interest on so watch this. Here's what I want you to understand about this. The $35.8 trillion in debt that they own. They've paid $1.16 trillion in interest, which means they still haven't even touched the debt. That's the part I need you to understand. Okay? So it's kind of like when you get a house. When you get a house, right, your payment is broken down into interest and it's broken down into principal. A lot of times, the majority of the payment is in interest because you're servicing the debt. So your house note may be broken down into, in percentages, you may be paying 60% interest, 40% principal, which is why they tell you to make that extra payment if you can, because you'll pay the extra payment in principal. So let's say like your house note is $3,000, right? You might be paying $1,900 in principal and the rest, $1,900 in interest and the rest in principal. So what they'll tell you is, yo, once you pay that, go make another $1,000, another $500, and that'll go straight to the principal. And that's how you pay your house off early. Because you gotta service the debt. Ain't no debt free, right? So when you pay debt, you gotta pay the debt because somebody said mortgage is a scam. Scamish. And we said scamish, I'm with you, right? So we gotta understand that $1.16 trillion, Jose, is just the interest. It ain't even tapped into the $35.8 trillion.
Most people want to know who they owe it to.
Okay, that's a good question. So you owe debt so they can owe you. America can actually owe you when you buy bonds. So when you buy, so that's what America is saying. America is saying, hey, yo, that's why, watch this, Jose. Watch this, this is gonna be good. That is why 80% of the money that's in circulation now did not exist 10 years ago. Because it's digital. It's made out of thin air. It's simply saying this, Jose, I want to buy a building. This is essentially how this goes. I want to buy a building. I don't really got the money to buy the building. But guess what I'm going to do? Oh, I'm going to say it a different way. I want to upgrade the building. I don't got the money to upgrade the building. So what I'm going to say is, hey, I'm going to go create these bonds, which is essentially IOUs. It's essentially saying this, Jose. I'm going to create these bonds. These bonds will be worth a certain amount of money. So let's say I need $100,000. I'm going to write it down so I can say it. So let's say I need $100,000. I'm going to go write out 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need $100,000. I'm going to go write 10 bonds, and they worth $10,000 a piece. Right? They worth $10,000 a piece. Right? So off these bonds that's worth $10,000 a piece, I'm going to just use a number that we all can understand, but it's definitely not like this at all. I'm going to say, I'm going to give you, Jose, I'm going to give anybody that give me $10,000 for these bonds, I'm going to give you 10% on these bonds. So that means that's the coupon rate. Right? So if you get the $10,000 bond, I'm going to give you 10% of that bond, which is what? $1,000. Now I'm going to say these bonds mature in 5 years. So that means for 5 years, I'm going to give you $1,000 a year. And then at the end of the 5 years, I give you the $10,000 back. That's how bonds work. Now, of course, America will never give you 10% on no bond. You getting something like, watch this, Jose. That is why the bond yields are important. Oh, so when you see the bond yields is what telling you what America is paying on the bond. So when you see the 10-year bond is at 3% or whatever, that's what they're paying. Watch this, so let's go a little further. That's why when Warren Buffett and them was getting those 20-year bonds, those 10-year bonds, if you got a bank, this is why your bank was saying, hey, come buy these bonds right quick so we can lock you in. Why they wanted to lock you in? If you had a really good bank, like if your bank was, they was like, hey, yo, come, let us get you in these bonds right quick. Why? Because the yield is at 4.7%. Remember when the 10-year was at 4.7%, 4-point-something%? Well, what they was doing was they were locking you in, saying, hey, we'll get you in this yield, and we want you to take advantage of this 4.6% while we got it, because once the bond yields go down, you miss out on it. So my bank was like, hey, Trap, Mr. Howard, look, let's get you in so many bonds so you can get this passive income every year so we can lock you in on this money. You feel what I'm saying? And they're like, yo, it's just free money for you. Why? Because you're not going to get, watch this, because you're not going to get this with the money in the savings account anyway. And the savings account only giving you 0.01%. But because you this type of client, let us get you 4.57% on, so many thousands of dollars. You'll get that money every year, and then we'll give it back to you. Let's lock you in right here. You feel what I'm saying, Jose? So here's what happens. So that's what happens with America. So America is saying, hey, we're going to get these bonds because we trying to keep building up. But what happens is that bond is a debt. Now watch this. Here's see that 10% on that 100,000? So that 10% on that $10,000, that's the interest. You feel me? So they saying, all right, now watch this. Let's go a little deeper, Jose. Let's go a little deeper. The crazy part about America is countries that we don't like is buying the bonds. So here's the crazy part. Our enemies is who really bought Japan, China. So Japan just took China. So first it was China for the longest. And now Japan is the #1. And then watch this. They all had more bonds than the Federal Reserve. Now the Federal Reserve, watch this. Oh, we're going a little deeper. The Federal Reserve is actually not an entity with the government. The Federal Reserve is an independent entity that's owned by the 6 major banks and the families in America, and they get a percentage on every dollar that America makes. Oh my God, we getting a little deeper right now. That's why I told y'all go read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island. It's not even that I'm smarter y'all right here. This is just a great book to read. So China and Japan used to be the largest bondholders, and then the Federal Reserve. Now, the reason why the Federal Reserve was so important was because at least they were working in the favor of America. What you don't want is the people who don't like you to owe them money. Because watch this, Jose. Watch this. Watch this. It's going to be good. I need them to zoom in on me right here. The minute, oh, this is so good. The minute China says and Japan says, hey, we want cash out. We don't even want the interest on the bonds anymore. We want to cash out. It now puts America in such a bad position, we could literally belly up overnight. Because it's a long game. You give watch this, you give your enemy enough rope to do what? Hang himself. You give your enemy enough rope to hang himself. So that's why you want the Federal Reserve to get the bonds. You don't want, but here's the thing about it. When you greedy, what we talked about earlier in the opening, bad decisions compounding. Now watch this. Bill Clinton left office, America was in a positive. We had what's called a surplus, meaning we was good. And I'm not saying Clinton is the reason why we was in the good, but what happens is it's hard to be number one forever because growth is necessary. Now, let's go a little further. This is just, so let's look at America as a company and not a country. Let's look at America as a company and not a country. We have had poor management for some years. We have been run by management that has not focused as much on growth and infrastructure as it is on greed. So because we focused on greed, the debt has consistently grown. And watch this, the people has suffered. And so once you get $35 trillion in a hole, here's what happened. You are now, like Drake said, you are so far gone. And now you need a management. And so this is something I said for the longest. I don't care what the candidate's talking about. Ain't nobody talking about the deficit. I don't care about listen, I don't care. I'm not saying it's in a bad way. I do not care about taxing the rich and doing this. I care, what are you going to do to start chopping this $35 trillion down? Because if you don't chop this $35 trillion down, the America that we know will be no more. Now, here's what I will say. The America that Donald Trump is saying is great again, we ain't never been a part of that America. We missed that part of the vote. But America, on the backside of it being great again, we have partaken in. Okay? It's two different Americas. The America that he is talking about that was great, it was great off the backs of free labor. Now, if we go a little deeper into that, okay, Jose, I'm cooking right now. I need you to let me cook. Don't even trip on me. Tutor, don't let me trip. After I cook this, we're going to go to flush it up, flip it. Right? Don't trip. The America, give me a charge. The America that was built on free labor wasn't the America that was great for us. But it was a business deal that was going on. All right. I get it. Trap. When was America ever great? Okay, let's look at it. There was a point in time where America was the richest and the most powerful. But that America was built on the backs of free labor. Now, any business that is built on free labor has no choice but to be great. Because you don't have no debt. Because you're not playing. If I can build this business into the biggest media company I want it to be in, but I don't got to pay Jose. I don't got to pay George. I don't got to pay tuition. I don't got to pay rent. I have no choice but to be a great business. I have no choice but to be a great business because the overhead does not go into employees. The overhead only goes into growth. So this is the reason why a certain group of people said, hey, people up north, y'all got us twisted. Why do y'all got us twisted? Because there was a point in time where Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Texas were the richest states in America. Say that again. There was a point in time when New York wasn't the richest state in America. New York ain't have the most millionaires. Connecticut ain't have the most millionaires. Maine ain't have the most millionaires. New Hampshire, they wasn't the richest states in America. The richest states in America was Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi being the number one, Georgia. Because if you're building it off of free labor, you have no choice. To go even further, I learned this from, I can't take this one, I learned this from Mr. John Hope Bryant. If your bank is older than 150 years old, they actually had slaves on the asset balance sheet. Because the slave was an asset to the company. So when you list your assets, why is the slave an asset? Because this is free labor. There's no overhead attached to it. Okay? Why is this a thing? Okay, let's go a little further. Cotton, tobacco. These are number one imports in the world during that era. So, this is how the Civil War comes about. No matter what they tell you about, the Civil War comes about because the North is saying, hey, and I'm going to be real with you. Watch this. This is what people not going to like. This is what people not going to like. The North did not like the idea that the South was so rich. It had nothing to do with we want to abolish the slave. Okay, I'm talking to you and I need you to understand this ain't what they're going to show you in the history books. You know why? You ain't never in your life heard of cotton fields in the North. There's certain hemispheres within the American boundaries that you can grow certain stuff. Cotton ain't growing in Delaware like it's growing in Georgia. Tobacco ain't growing in New York like it's growing in Louisiana. Cotton in Mississippi ain't growing like it is in Connecticut. So the North said, it's too much money down there. We got to equal the playing field. And the only way to equal the playing field is to abolish the thing that is making them so rich. And that is freedom people. The South said, get out my business. I don't care what y'all got going on up there. And here's why. One man said this to himself. Y'all charging me too much for that cotton. You're charging me too much for that tobacco. You know how I go. Hey, bro, you getting that for free anyway. Hey, bro, you want to charge me for that? My dog like, bro, you stop coming in my pocket. Either you going to pay it or you ain't. Because if you ain't going to pay it, I know somebody in Connecticut that will. And so the people up there say, hey, check this out, bro. They doing, that ain't popping down there. They tripping. They not just taxing us. They triple and quadruple taxing us. And watch this. We don't got nothing to counter that with. We don't got nothing to counter that with. Because at the time, cotton and tobacco was top tier. And then it got a little further when my dog go on and create the cotton gin. He took it to another level. So don't let them tell you in school and your kids that the Civil War was because they just wanted to end. When have you ever seen, I ain't gonna even finish the rest of that. You know how to finish that. You know how to finish that sentence. If you don't, use some context clues. Because Jose don't want us to get banned. The Civil War was about money. And the one thing, I'm going to say this. I don't care who don't like this. The one thing we know that them old white folks was greedy. You making more money than me, and I don't like it. We can't grow cotton up here like that. We can't grow tobacco up here like that. And I bet you they try. It ain't work. November in New York ain't like November in Georgia. You can still get a 70-degree November in the South. I done had a Christmas in New Orleans where I still had shorts on. That ain't happening in Georgia. I mean, that ain't happening in Delaware, Connecticut, Philadelphia, Jersey. It ain't happening. It started getting cold in March. So, Tootie, let's go to flush it or flip it, dog. My dog was ready. He was ready. Boom. I got it. Good shit, dog. Goddamn. 3-hour show. Shit. All right, this is a little longer than I expected, y'all. I didn't mean to go on that rant, and Jose did not stop me.
Blame me. I need to watch time hours, though. We good. Sorry, Tootie.
Damn. Jose, you supposed to stop me, dog. Shucks, man. All right, y'all. I didn't mean it for it to be a 3-hour show. You hear me? Hey, listen, I could have kept going.
I didn't notice until you just said it.
I could have kept going, but I looked at the time, dog. It's a Tuesday. The people been here 3 hours, Jose. We can't do that to people. We gotta. Shit. All right. Let's get into flush it or flip it right quick. We're gonna just run through them right quick, y'all. We're not gonna take long. We're not gonna go. All right. First on the list is SAP. So let's go with it. All right, so SAP, it engages in the provision of enterprise application software and software-related services. It operates through the following segments: application technology and support and services. Jose, year-to-date, the stock is up 53%, and 1 year is up 76%. Jose, do we flush it or flip it?
Yup, SAP, we gonna flip that.
I like it. Don't worry about putting it in the chat. We're gonna just run through these, all right? We're gonna run through these. All right. I always pronounce this wrong, man. Guild Sciences, ticker symbol GILD. Year to date is up 8%. 1 year is up 13%, Jose. It's a biopharmaceutical company which engages in the research, development, and commercialization of medicines. Flush it up, flip it. Year to date, it's up 8%. 1 year is up 13%.
Nah, we flushing.
Next on the list, Jose, is Trade Desk. It engages in the provision of self-storage, self-service, and cloud-based ad buying platform. It operates through the United States and the international geographical segments. Jose, year to date, it is up 65%. 1 year is up 61%. Flush it or flip it.
Trade Desk getting money.
All right, next on the list is Infos. I don't know how to pronounce it. Infosys, thank you, Queen. It's digital service and consulting company which engages in the provision of end-to-end business solutions. It operates through the following segment: financial services, retail communication, energy, utilities, resources, and services. So year to date is up 20%. 1 year is up 36%. Flush it or flip it. INFY.
Infosys, we getting money.
I like it.
Marvell.
Next on the list is Marvell Technologies. They actually had a split this year. It engages in the design, development, and sale of integrated circuits. Its products include data processing units, security solutions, automotive, coherent DSP, DCI, optical models, Ethernet controllers. Jose, year to date is up 39%. 1 year is up 69%. Jose, flush it or flip it.
Flipping. You've been talking about Marvell for a minute.
Definitely been talking about Marvell. Next on the list is HUTCHMED. HUTCHMED is a holding company which engages in the research and development, manufacturing, and sale of pharmaceuticals and health-orientated consumer products. Jose, year to date, it is up 20%. 1 year is up 26%. Flush it or flip it.
HUTCHMED, we're gonna flip.
Nah, I'm gonna flush that.
Why you flushing?
Well, year to date is up 20%, but it's only $3. Right? 1 year is up 20%, which means it don't really move that much. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, $3. That's a lot. So I don't like companies like that. GLNCY. All right. Glencore, Jose. Glencore. It engages in the production and marketing of metal and material and energy and agricultural commodities, Jose. Year to date is down 9%, and 1 year it's up 2%.
Man, if they don't get out of here, bro.
They don't get out of here?
Yeah, Glencore.
All right, we'll flush them. All right, next on the list is WPP. It's a creative transformation company which engages in the provision of communication services. It operates through the following segments: Global Integrated Agency, Public Relations, and Specialist Agencies. Jose, year to date is up 6%. 1 year is up 19%. We flushing it or we flipping it?
We're going, I'm going to go with people 50-50, so I'm going to say we flush.
Good job. Next on the list is Penumbra. Penumbra. It engages in the design, development, manufacturing, and marketing of innovative medical devices. Jose, year to date down 16%, and 1 year is up 0.19%. Flush it or flip it?
We're flushing them.
Flush it. Good job. Let's go, man. 1-800-TRAPPIN hotline. Give me a charge. Thank you, dog. My toilet still on? Toilet just broke. All right, let's get into it.
Sick Trap was happening. Yeah, I've been working on this New Orleans accent just in case that movie role pop up. You heard me? Yeah, but nah. My question for you is, being where you
What's it?
are on your
What's it?
journey, what would you say to homie that put you onto the investment game if you could have a conversation with him? What would you share with him? What would you say to him? Please.
I would tell him thank you. It was truly a eye opener for me. It was something that I had no idea what it was. So I would definitely tell him thank you. I appreciate it. I think that's one of the things that was so profound for me on my journey. And it's crazy part because I always tell people he didn't teach me investing. He just told me about it, right? And it's like called planting the seed. He planted the seed. And I think it took me to nurture it. And I think that's one of the things that we have to do. We come here each and every week, man, it's seeds being planted, right? And it's on us to nurture it by listening to more Trappin tools. It's on us by understanding and doing more research and more homework on investing in the market. So I would definitely tell him that, man. I would tell him thank you. And I would try to put him on some game if he's still alive at this point, man. Like I ain't, and people don't realize. I remember somebody asked me one time, Trap, have you ever seen a dude you was in jail? Here's what people don't understand, bro. Like, you can see somebody in prison and never see them again. Like, you can, first of all, he wasn't even from, like, New Orleans. Like, he was in the feds. He just caught a charge in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see a person in prison and never see them again in your life. You know what I'm saying? So people like, dog, like, what your boy? I'm like, bro, I have no idea. Dude went to the feds. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't from New Orleans. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have it. But if I ever saw him again, man, I would definitely like be like, bro, like, I appreciate you for putting me on that game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure if he's still alive, he done seen me. So he probably like, maybe, I don't know, shoot. But that's what I'd tell him. I'd be like, bro, thank you. I asked him if he got some, like, what you done learn now, my dog? I know you done learned something that I don't know about. Now it's been 20-some years, 30-some years. So definitely tell him that, man. Let's go, man.
Trap, what's happening, man? It's Andrew Micah out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, man. I just had a question in regards to the Texas Stock Exchange. What is your opinion and take on it? Do you have any insight, information, or what preparations are you even doing, if any? So yeah, if you would just give us your take and insight. Also, if you don't mind, how does that even work with the New York Stock Exchange already being here? Would large cap, mega cap, even small cap be on both platforms, or would they have to kind of an exclusive public offering and it's either one or the other? So yeah, insight, man, would definitely be appreciated as we get closer to that. In the meantime, have a blessed and wonderful day. Greatly appreciate all that you stand for and who you are as a man. And so be blessed, and I'll be tuning into the show.
Man, salute, man. I like that jacket he got. He said Forward, Indiana. I think he said Indiana. Dang. I never thought we'd be in Indiana, dog. That's super dope, dog. That what he said, Forward, Indiana? Dang. Salute to Indiana, man. Golly, man. I've looked at it a little bit. I want to do a little more research on it because I'm trying to figure out, too, where they fit in at. I'm trying to figure out myself, like, where they fit in at and how they, maneuver like that. So I'm still, let me get back to you on that. I'm still trying to figure that out my darn self. Fort Wayne. Okay, Fort Wayne. Thought he said Fort Wayne, Indiana. I wonder where that's at. Hey, give me something to look at. So if you're in Indiana, you probably close to what? What you close to if you close to Indiana? Michigan. Ohio. Oh, that's that area. Indiana, Michigan, Ohio. What? Illinois, Chicago. That's what I was thinking about. Chicago, Milwaukee, Michigan, Indiana. Damn, that's a little heavy area around there. That's a heavy area around there. That's that Ohio, Cincinnati, the Midwest. That's Midwest. There we go, L Boogie. That's the You know, I've never been to the Midwest outside of Chicago. I've never been to Indiana. I've never been to Milwaukee. I've never been to Ohio. I've been to Cleveland one time for one day. I went to a hotel there. I've never been to Michigan. I need to travel more. I keep going to the same places. New York, Miami, California, Florida, Texas, Louisiana. I need to go to like Iowa,
Ain't nothing there though.
Wyoming,
It's quiet though.
Colorado,
See some mountains.
Wisconsin. No. I'm leaving the heartbeat alone. Yeah, nobody. But that's what it is, brother. I'm trying to still navigate that and see what that look like. I'm gonna see what they gonna do, what they gonna hold. So give me a couple weeks on that, brother. Jose, put that on me as a get back to. I won't really. I'm still doing some more. I'm still doing some more research on that for sure. Let's go, man.
Hi, go Trap. So salute to everybody, salute to the team and to all the trappers. I just have a really quick question. You talk about this annual event that you have with your family where you guys go out for a week and you talk about wealth and you teach them what it is that you know. I just wondering, how did you go about that the first time? Was it like a free-for-all? Did everybody come? Or did you select persons that already maybe had the mindset and shared the vision? I just wanted to know what's the difference with how you started it the first time and what it is today. Appreciate you, Drop.
Man, that was good. I had to read the captions for a second. You heard me? I just had this idea, man. I had an idea, Queen, and the idea was, how do I help my family understand, one, what I do, and two, that they could do it too. My idea was simple. Just, I knew that like getting on a Zoom call wasn't gonna help. I had to put them in an environment that was conducive to learning. And just like with everybody else, like you learn when you able to have fun, right? Like it's easy to learn when you having fun. You know what I'm saying? So a friend of mine at the time, still got love for him. A friend of mine at the time had exposed me to it. And it exposed me to like being in these big mansions. You know, and I think at that time, the biggest house that I had ever been in was my Aunt Nita house. You know what I'm saying? We used to call that the big house. So you saw mansions before, but you ain't never think you would be in none of them. And so I was in Orlando, man, and I stayed at stayed at these big old mansions out there. And I was like, yo, I remember being in there, I was like, yo, I ain't never stayed in a house with 17 rooms. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never stayed in a house with 17 rooms. You know, I ain't never stayed in a house where every room got a bathroom. The house got a king suite and a junior king suite. You know, I ain't never stayed in a house that had a balcony all the way around on the backside with a pool, jacuzzi, a basketball court, a weight room, a movie theater, bowling alley, game rooms. I was like, wait a minute, this is fire. But I remember me being in there, him teaching me about business in there. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna bring my family here. And it was crazy. So when I brought them there the first time, it didn't dawn on me till I was there. I was like, oh. The first time I did it just as a vacation to let them be exposed to it. And then I said, this might be a good opportunity for me to teach them. And so literally I was there. I ran to Office Depot, got a white, it was spur of the moment. I went to Office Depot, got a whiteboard, and it was like the third day. I was like, hey, y'all, everybody get out of the pool, and we're going to learn about some stocks. And it was like, I bet. But they was in such a good mood. We had a chef. We had all. They was in such a good mood. They were like, I bet. And so it was easy. So I was like, you know what? This could be cool to do again. And so I did it again. We had done did it 3 times. We did it for Christmas. Then one time, it was like Labor Day or something we did it. Labor Day. And they was with it every time. And I was like, I bet. So that's how it happened, man. That's how it happened. It was, you know, I'm proud of it. So yeah, man, I think everybody should do it. Maybe not even do it in, you know, probably can't do it in that manner because I think that thing costed me about 50. It cost me 50 because you had to get it for 5 days. We did it for 50, but then you got to remember, I bought all of, mind you, I had the money. So I had to buy the food. I had to buy plane tickets because everybody ain't had the plane ticket, but I ain't want to keep nobody out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody to say, man, I ain't got the money and now I miss out on it. So I bought plane tickets, I bought food, and I had to get Ubers from the airport. Shoot. So I wound up kicking out about 75. But it was worth it because they wanted to come back next year. So what I did the next year was I bought it 6 months in advance. So instead of paying 50, I paid about 35. That was a little easy on my pocket. You know what I'm saying? But it was definitely, you know, it was good. We probably don't do it this year because my uncle got something he want to do, but that's okay. We'll get back to it. And I told my family, I said, listen, I'll do it 5 times. After the 6th time is on y'all. After the 6th time is on y'all. Because at this point, I done did it enough to where y'all done got the information, y'all know how to execute. After we do it the 5th time, everybody should be having some money. Somebody said you tease them about stocks, go education, or write-off. Man, that write-off ain't that much of a deal. That write-off about $1,000. Write-offs, y'all be thinking write-offs ain't that big of a deal once you, and I'm gonna be real with you, once you in this tag bracket I'm in, and I'm not trying to say this to stunt or nothing like that, like you need big stuff to write off. Write the truck off and, you know what I'm saying, write the business trip off and, man, that crap don't be doing nothing. People looking at me like, boy, get out of here. 1.7 million. God damn, dog, I rolled off 16 trips, man. Shut up. 1.7 million. You hear me? It'll be that you need big stuff to be right off. You know what I'm saying? That's why I realize why they go to buying helicopters and stuff, because you need millions to write off. All right, let's go to the next one, man. What we got?
What's up, Trap? What's up, Jose? What's up, Trappin family? Thank you so much for taking my question. So first, I just want to say I've come a long way from being rolled up in a ball back in April after losing so much money, okay? But you know what? I stayed true to the game, and I'm finally seeing the fruits of my labor. So I'm just so excited to be here. So my question, I bought NVIDIA at 122 and 118, and they have been red forever. They are just now starting to be green. One of them up 42%. The other one is just like right at 1% or something like that. But we grateful, right? But I just want to know what I did wrong, because I felt like buying at 118 and 122, like now they should be at 100% or something. So yeah, if you can help me with that, I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate your time, energy, and attention. God and money. Let's go.
You didn't do anything wrong. What happens is, remember, if you're talking about option plays for sure, it depends on the expiration date. Expiration date matters. Remember, the closer to the expiration date you are, depending on how far you down, that matters. But also the delta. Remember, I talked about that all the time, depending on your delta too. So what the delta tells you is how much money your option plays make as it goes up. Right, so those things matter. Your expiration date, remember, if you down, and let's say you finally got to that, you know, it's at 143 right now, that's not 100%. You know what I'm saying? So then it depends on what your delta is moving at. You know, was it a 0.50? Was it a 0.70? So all of those things matter too, because now you're worrying about how it moves. If you're talking about an option play, now if you're talking about a buy and hold play, it takes longer for a buy and hold play to get to 100% than it does an option play to get to 100%. But then it also matters with where you are in the option. Like, what's the expiration date on the option? Like, is your expiration date in January? Is your expiration date in December? Like, because it's just now turning. So all of those things matter with your option play. But what we are grateful for is you up 42%. We are grateful you up 100%. So, 2% or whatever that is. So those things are important for you. First of all, and second of all, let's say, man, we appreciate your energy, Queen. Like, you have come a long way, and I'm proud of you because you stayed to the game. And to see you now with that type, that's always been your energy. So thank you for the warm hug that you gave us just now, man. Let's go, man. All right, so I'm not gonna keep y'all long here, man. Remember, man, we can see the red flags on the journey as we are navigating the space, but we have to heed those red flags. And those red flags are pivotal for us because we want to be prudent, right? We want to see the dangers and take refuge, not see the dangers and disregard them and pay the price for them. We don't want to pay the price for them. As we keep evolving in this game, man, I hope we just keep moving the needle. Financially moving the needle, mindset moving the needle, emotionally moving the needle, spiritually moving the needle. Remember, God and money. And when I say God and money, I'm not saying we worshiping God on the same level, we worshiping money on the same level we worshiping God. We saying God first, then we gonna get us some money. Put God first, then we gonna get us some money. Because God ain't never told us to be broke. So for that, man, I want each and every one of y'all to know, man, I'm so proud of y'all. I'm proud of the fortitude y'all have on this journey. I'm proud of the significance that you're adding to your family. I'm proud of the idea that you have and what your family want to be like. I'm proud of the vision that you have for your family. And most importantly, I'm proud that you are taking the back seat to a picture, to a goal that is bigger than you. And that's truly how we get there. We get there by not putting our wealth first. We get there by saying the dynamics of my family will change and my wealth is a byproduct of the vision that I have. My wealth is a byproduct of the sacrifices that I'm willing to make. My wealth is the byproduct of me putting my family in position and changing how they see money, how they use money. And so for that, man, I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all. I love y'all. And y'all have an amazing night. I will see y'all next week, same time, same place. Remember, get your merch. Get your merch, get your merch, get your merch. You know what I'm saying? It's wintertime, hoodie season for sure, jogger season for sure. Don't go do nothing wrong with my stuff on because I don't need to see that in the... Yeah, don't do nothing wrong with that on, man. Also, man, make sure y'all follow the Wallstreet Trappin page. We got some dope content coming. Make sure y'all go like, man. Let's get our likes up on this page, man, on this episode and some of the other episodes and clips that Jose put out. We work really hard for that. But also, man, show us some love, man. Go download as many episodes as you can on Apple, on Spotify, on Google Play. Go download them, man. Put them on automatic download, man, and share them with as many people as you can. Every new episode drop Thursday at 5 o'clock. Then they come out Friday, Saturday, man, Sunday, man. It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper. I love y'all. Same time, same place. Next week, we out.